Are we live? Looks like we are. Yay! Twitch is actually behaving for me. Hooray. I was worried about that. But I figured that they would have figured out what was going on and fixed it by the time of my stream came around. And I'm glad that seems to be the case. So. Welcome, everyone. Oh, okay, bye, March. Aw. You're gonna go sit in the corner instead of on my lap. That's fine. All right, so good evening, everyone. Welcome to a launch day stream, which is not a thing I do very often, of the Excavation of Hobbs Barrow, which is a brand shiny new game that was just released today, developed by Cloak and Dagger Games, who are the same studio that made Football Game, which I streamed last Halloween. Last Halloween, right? Yeah, pretty sure it was last year. So if you enjoyed that, you might enjoy this one. And also published by Wadget Games, who basically can do no wrong as far as I'm concerned. So it's a real meeting of the I was gonna say meeting of the monsters, but that seems like a weird thing to say. But yeah, it's a match made in heaven. That's the term I'm looking for. Hey there, Rick Raviolin and Gritstar. Hello, welcome. So enough of my babbling. Let's get started. I believe that should. Yeah, here we go. Already digging this music. So my plan tonight is I might go longer than usual. I don't know exactly how long this game is. Apparently not super long. So I don't know how long I'll go tonight, but it'll probably be longer than the usual 2 hours. Because I feel like I want to give this game plenty of time to get to know it. Let's see. Any settings I care about? Whoa. It all seems fine. Yeah. It's not the kind of music I expected for a game like this, but I am into it. Ooh. Oh, here comes the synth goodness. All right. Yeah. I am very into it. Let's begin. Nope. My first instinct in any game is go backwards. Sometimes you find secrets that way. I recall in Limbo there was at least one level where where you started the level. Remember in Limbo there were like these little like egg kind of things that were collectibles, and there was at least one level where you started out and there was an egg behind you. So if you just immediately went to the right, you would miss it.
Ah, Miss Bateman. Welcome back to Ticehurst House. It's been quite some time.
Indeed.
Terrible weather this evening, is it not? Nurse Blaketon has had enough of me smoking inside. Makes her cough, you see.
Makes you cough too,
The
it sounds
rain won't kill
like.
me, will it? mustn't be interested in me nattering on. Give my regards to your father. Nurse Blaketon is preparing his supper. You look pale, Miss Bateman. Do head inside. You'll catch your death out here.
Indeed. Dark Web soundtrack. Ooh. Ooh. It seems to be the thing that...
Dearest mother.
Hold on.
I hope this letter will reach you. I have spent these past years in torment, trying to piece together what remains of fractured memories. What I am about to recount to you will seem beyond comprehension, but I beg for your patience.
Sheep.
I will endeavour to explain the events that led me to Ticehurst House that night. As far as I can recall, this whole wretched story started with the receipt of a letter from a Mr. Leonard Shoulder. The letter brought me to the isolated village of Bewley, deep in the moors.
Ooh, achievement.
No station master in sight. I hope the village isn't too far away. I can't recall our exact meeting place. Mr. Shoulder mentioned it in his letter.
Oh, okay. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so like I feel like that kind of soundtrack is seems to be the thing that Cloak and Dagger games is good at. Like, because I recall something similar in Football Game. And they have a couple other games that I haven't played yet. One of them being The Terrible Old Man, which I might do on Halloween this year. And another one being Yandi, or Sumatra, The Fate of Yandi, which I've not played. I should get that one. And then what's the other one? Legend of Hand, which I also don't have. But yeah, I wonder if that kind of soundtrack is like a common thing in their games. If so, I'm into it. And hello, 32-bit kid. Thank you for the bits. So many bits. Okay, left click to walk and direct, right click to examine. Pretty typical AGS control scheme. Oh, cool. Has the exit, double click exit thing. And will occasionally autosave. Nice. Understood. Thank you, game.
Bewley. I have great expectations for this Barrow. The tracks look quite untarnished. I don't think many trains come through here. The post looks unattended. A door of fine construction.
Yeah, plus a map when available, it said, which I don't think it is right now because I'm pressing M and nothing's happening.
My mother always told me not to walk on railway tracks. If I take the sign, how would the trains know where to stop? Hello there.
Oh, there's a to-do list. Oh, that's cool. Oh, this is super useful. Every game should have this. Meet Mr. Shoulder to discuss Hobbs Barrow. I've been invited to Bewley by Mr. Leonard Shoulder. He proposes an excavation of Hobbs Barrow, a local burial mound. I can't quite recall the name of our meeting place. It's written in the letter Mr. Shoulder sent me. There's the letter. Got a handkerchief and money.
I have 6 shillings and 2 pence. My assistant Kenneth is bringing more funds tomorrow. I don't like travelling with too much money on me.
Wise.
A gift from my mother. It bears my initials, TB.
To tuberculosis? Dear Miss Bateman, I write this letter in the hope of piquing your curiosity. I read about your expertise in barrows, and if I understand correctly, you are writing a book on them and the treasures they contain. I live in the village of Bewley, where a most special barrow can be found on the outskirts. It is rectangular in form and is certainly tall enough to stand up in. The place is steeped in local legend, and there is rumor of secrets to be found deep within. I hope you will not misunderstand me and find this letter intrusive. If you wish to visit Bewley and excavate the barrow, I will be pleased to be your guide. Please send your response to the Plough and Furrow Inn, Bewley. I shall await your letter. Yours respectfully, Mr. Leonard Shoulder. And there's another one. Oh, hello. Dear Miss Bateman, marvelous news! I shall meet you at 8 o'clock in the evening on the 14th of this new month at the Plough and Furrow Inn, Bewley. The inn has fine rooms which you will find adequate for your short stay. When we meet, I shall tell you more of the circumstances surrounding the site, which is referred to locally as Hobbs Barrow. It is not located on my own land, but we will have no issue gaining permission to excavate. I wish you a safe journey.
I must make my way to the Plough and Furrow Inn. Hello? I swear she was not standing there a moment ago. Excuse me?
Yes?
I'm looking for the Plough and Furrow Inn. Do you know where I can find it?
Ah, young lady. Leave the station and follow the dry stone wall for around half a mile. You'll come to Bewley. Go straight ahead and you'll find the market square. The inn is t'other side at square.
Thank you very much.
Nice.
What can you tell me about Bewley?
Well, it used to be a thriving village. Not so much now. I don't spend much time there these days.
Are you local?
Ah, yes, a local I am. But I don't live in the village.
Where are you travelling to today?
That would be none of your business, young lady.
Quite. Apologies. I wish you a pleasant journey.
So sorry.
I can't think of anything else to talk about right now.
Oh, I guess travel is the exit conversation option.
My mother... A path stretches off across the moor.
Yeah. Rain. Little like the other guy. Little rain won't kill me. I'm not made of sugar. I won't melt.
What brings you to Bewley?
But that
I
would
beg
be
your
none of your
pardon?
business.
What brings you to Bewley, miss?
I'm here to visit a local landmark, Hobbs Barrow.
Hobbs Barrow? Well, I can't say I've heard of it. For what reason?
I wish to excavate it.
Grave robber, are you?
Not at all.
Yes.
I merely have an interest in antiquities.
Not much to be found in Bewley, if you ask me. You're better off waiting for the next train back to the city.
I'll take my chances.
Can't say I didn't warn you.
True enough. Grave
That was
robber.
odd.
I prefer the term Tomb Raider. Only two things melt in the rain, shit and sugar. Which one are you? Wow! Wow! What a shitty thing to say to someone. I've never heard that particular version of, like, I've always just hear, I'm not made of sugar, I won't melt. I've never heard that version of it. That's awful. I'm so sorry. Oh. Jeez. Also, I mean, that's not true. I can think of many other things that melt in rain. Salt, for one thing. Chalk, for another. Well, I don't know if chalk... I don't know if chalk melts, but... Yeah. Hello. Goodbye. Yeah, I mean, basically anything that dissolves in water.
The path leads further into the village. A humble dwelling. The path disappears over a small rise. This is the way back to the railway station. A humble dwelling. The old woman told me to go straight ahead to get to the inn. I'll have time to explore tomorrow.
Fine.
The old woman, I'll have... The old woman, I'll have...
But my exploratory tendencies.
The bucket has seen better days. Perhaps this belongs to a merchant. The path leads back towards the railway station. A fine example of a church. It looks like it was built in the Norman style. The anvil looks heavy.
Anvils usually are.
A simple broom. A finely made horseshoe. The blacksmith must also be a farrier. This appears to be the forge of a local blacksmith. A local dwelling. The blacksmith looks closed. Beating raw metal into a fine object is an admirable skill. The horseshoe is nailed firmly to the wall. I didn't come to Bewley to sweep their streets.
I'm sure they'd appreciate it.
The bucket is rusty and full of holes. This must belong to someone. I should leave it alone. It looks like I'm in the market square. I should find the inn.
This is some ominous-ass music.
I don't wish to disturb the locals. The sign is in a shabby state, but the shop appears to be a cobbler's. Quite an ornate construction. This was created with pride and care.
There's a bird on top of it.
I can't take the sign, nor do I want to. The cobbler's is closed. The cross denotes this as the site of a market, or perhaps a site of traditional religious significance. The building is in a dilapidated state. The door has been boarded up. The building looks like a ruin.
How much you want to bet I'm gonna go in there at some point?
Quite a fine building indeed. I don't wish to disturb the locals.
This is a retro-looking game from the 2020s because it just came out today. It is literally
Plough
brand
and
new.
furrow. I have a bit of time before Mr. Shoulder arrives. I should inquire about a room.
Oh, okay.
The Plough and Furrow Inn. The inn where I am to meet Mr. Shoulder. The window box is well out of reach. The sign is well out of reach. These flowers look pretty. Someone must take good care of them. The man looks thoroughly inebriated.
Out of the way, dude.
Hello there. What's the young lady doing out alone in this sodden weather?
What are you doing out in this weather?
Waiting for you, my dear.
I doubt that.
Ew.
And I've waited long enough. So, give us a kiss now, won't you?
Ugh. How if I smack you with my valise instead? Oh.
Wouldn't your wife disapprove?
My wife? Bloody hell, my wife. My tea'll be on the table at this hour, and if I don't get back, she'll be roaring. Until we meet again.
Damn right.
What a buffoon.
Yep. Real catch, that man.
I should speak to the innkeeper about a room.
He's, clearly Bewley's sexiest man alive.
It's a crudely painted scene that appears to be of a biblical nature. I don't want to take the painting with me. A cold draft is leaking through the door. I'd like like to change into something more comfortable before going outside again. A fine exemplar of inebriation.
Aren't we all?
The prices are cheap here. The last orders bell, savior of many a life.
It kind of is, yeah. I see what you mean.
A decorative plate. This one depicts a cat. A decorative plate depicting a serpent. A decorative plate. This one depicts a bull.
Speaking of whom, oh my god, so hyped for Rosewater. That game is going to be great.
A decorative plate depicting an eagle. A decorative plate. This one depicts a dog. A decorative plate depicting a bear. I don't wish to take it. I'm not hungry at the moment. Pulling the bell would be quite unbecoming of me. The innkeeper is a serious-looking man. A rather miserable-looking fellow. He's playing a board game by himself. I think it's Three Men's Morris.
Oh.
I think it... They are engaged in an intense discussion.
Yeah, same.
They are engaged...
I've not been watching any of his, like, dev streams or anything like that. Because, yep, for the same reason.
I don't want to take the painting with me. The painting depicts a rocky-edged lake. A small bronze plate states the name Lake Cubilius.
Why is that name familiar?
A pixie-faced peasant boy, painted in a naive style. A majestic animal, cut down in his prime. The crackling fireplace is more welcoming than the facial expressions of the locals. This painting shows a Rubenesque figure brushing her hair. Quite unusual to see such a sensual work in a room like this. A colourful work depicting a bashful knight. It is signed N. Hamley.
An ode to Tondbert.
A biblical scene of some kind. An angel is depicted looking longingly to the heavens. A dreadful smell is emanating from the WC. I do not need to use the lavatory. This door must lead to the guest rooms. Hello, miss.
What do you want? Bugger off.
Okay.
Hello, miss.
Bugger off.
Hello, sir.
We are in the middle of a discussion here.
Sorry to interrupt. Good afternoon, sir.
Note for you here.
I beg your pardon?
I said there's note for you here, lass. Be on your way.
Charming.
Okay. Do you want maybe someone to play your game against?
Do you know a Mr. Leonard Shoulder?
You ought to be careful asking too many questions round here. Be on your way.
Oh, I don't mean to...
Listen to me, will you? Be on your way.
I'm not going to waste my time with him any further. I don't care for being yelled at.
Probably wise.
Good day, sir. Good day, sir.
Ignored. Alright, fine.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, lass. How can I help you?
Oh wow, you're actually friendly. Exactly. Questions is 80% of what I do. The other 20% is picking stuff up that doesn't belong to me.
I am in need of a room for the night.
Aye.
Being a dick.
One night, is it?
I shall need at least 2 nights, maybe more.
Aye, 'tis not a problem. 3 shilling per night. That includes your dinner and tea.
A fair price.
I'll need that payment up front for the 2 nights.
Well, I have exactly 6 shillings and a little bit more, so good.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, lass. How can I help you?
Do you know a man named Leonard Shoulder?
Aye, I know the man.
I'm to meet him here tonight.
Can I get you something to drink while you wait?
Not yet, thank you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, George Stobart is tipping the odds there. Or the, not the odds, but the average.
How much is the room again?
3 shilling per night. That includes your dinner and tea.
Bye for now.
As you were.
This is payment for the room.
Thank you. Can I ask for your name, lass?
Thomasina Bateman.
And will Mr. Bateman be staying with us tonight?
No, I am not wed. My assistant is arriving in Bewley tomorrow.
Your assistant, you say? Will you be needing another room?
Please.
I'll keep a room spare. It's not quite as nice as yours, I'm afraid.
Not a problem, sir. I'm sure it will be adequate. Kenneth is a man of inexpensive taste.
Here's your key. Just go through the door to the right of the bar, then up the stairs. Room number 2.
Thank you.
Can I help you with your luggage?
No, thank you, sir. I can manage. I should go upstairs and freshen up before Mr. Shoulder arrives.
I wonder... I'm wondering if, like, saying that she's not wed was a smart idea.
The innkeeper is a serious-looking man.
36 pence a night.
I have only 2 pence left. My assistant Kenneth is bringing more funds tomorrow, thankfully. Room 2, the Plough and Furrow Inn. I have nothing else to ask for the time being.
I guess it must be the local equivalent of the effing Ritz.
This shall do nicely.
Aw,
Time to change into something more comfortable.
Cute room. Excellent.
Much better.
Heck yes. Also, I reserve the right to call Thomasina Bateman Thomasina Batman. It's only one letter off.
A jug of water for drinking or washing.
Pants! A decent pair of pants.
The door to my room. An empty bowl has been provided for washing.
Kenneth's already dead. Ooh, I don't know, hard to say. I feel like probably not, but now that you mention it, an assistant, that's totally the kind of person who would, like, just get murdered quickly in a game like this.
This may come in handy.
Yoink.
I don't wish to carry the bowl around with me.
Oh, why not?
The wardrobe looks old, perhaps 100 years or more in age. I've hung my dress inside. Aside from that, the wardrobe is empty. A sturdy-looking thing, useful to many a weary traveller.
Neither do I. Football game was the only other game of theirs I've played. And that was a weird one.
I've stored my case in there. A box within a box. No doubt the mattress is stuffed with itchy straw. I do feel tired after the trip, but my meeting with Mr. Shoulder must take priority. A decorative plate depicting a goat. I don't wish to take it.
Oh, nice. Found all the decorative plates.
A painting of surprising quality. It portrays a rocky outcrop overlooking a vast moor. Perhaps a local landmark. I don't want to take the painting with me. My evening light shall be provided by this solitary candlestick. As the only light source in the room, I ought to leave this here. Ah, complementary matches. Useful.
Always take a matchbox with you in adventure games.
There's only one match left, though. A decrepit set of drawers. Jammed shut. The wood must have warped over the years.
Oh, too bad I don't have any hemorrhoid cream.
A jug of simple form. It is half filled with lukewarm water.
Arson.
There is a single match remaining inside.
Let's see. I have some time to spare. It's a fine opportunity to converse with the locals. much as they want to converse with me, which seems to be not very much, but...
Miss Bateman, you've transformed.
I feel far more comfortable in my outdoor clothing.
You look like one of those explorers you see in the newspaper.
I guess you could call me an explorer of sorts.
I'm Stanley. Stanley Kemp.
A pleasure to meet you, Stanley.
And tell me, I trust your room is adequate.
Most adequate.
Excellent.
I like Stanley. He's the nicest person I've met so far, aside from that drunk guy.
Has Mr. Shoulder arrived yet?
Still haven't seen head nor tail of him, Miss Bateman.
What can you tell me about Mr. Shoulder?
And also Voodoo.
Aye, he's a quiet fellow. He only comes here to check his post.
Yes, I've been corresponding with him using this address.
Have you now? You found yourself an admirer.
Not quite.
What business do you have with old Leonard, then?
Let's just tell everyone the truth.
Well, if you must know, I am what some people call a barrow digger.
A what?
A barrow digger.
What in God's name is that?
Are you familiar with tumuli?
Afraid not.
Barrow is another word for tumulus, or tumuli in the plural. A profoundly interesting subject.
You've lost me.
I excavate ancient burial sites looking for relics. A barrow is traditionally a circular mound of raised earth enclosing a burial chamber.
Oh, aye. You're a grave robber.
I am no such thing.
Tomb
Don't
Raider.
worry, lass. I've met all sorts in here over the years. I won't tell anyone.
I assure you, my goal is more noble than petty grave robbery.
What sort of relics do you find, then? Gold? Silver? Bones?
Well, rarely gold or silver, but treasures certainly. Ancient pottery is the most common find. I've been excavating barrows all over the country. I'm documenting my findings in preparation for my book. It shall be called Vestiges of the Antiquities in Rural England.
Oh, aye. Very interesting. But what does old Leonard have to do with this?
He sent me a letter in which he told me about an unusual barrow in Bewley, a site called Hobbs Barrow. I'm meeting him here this evening to find out more.
I've lived here nigh on my whole life, and I've heard naught about a Hobbs Barrow.
Yeah, I like the, I'm just gonna just tell everyone everything about what I'm doing here and probably get into a lot of trouble when the wrong person overhears me.
What can you tell me about Bewley?
Aye, it's a quiet place. People keep to themselves, work hard.
I look forward to exploring the village tomorrow.
There's not a lot to see, lass. But St. Edmund's Church is a fine building, worth a visit.
Cool.
Are you sure you've never heard of Hobbs Barrow?
Not in my life, lass, but I'll tell you something. The moors stretch further than the eyes can see once you leave this village. There's no doubt many a discovery to be made.
Mr. Shoulder said the barrow is well known locally, a place of legend.
I'm afraid you're going to have to speak to him about it. Why are you interested in digging around in the dirt, lass? Haven't you better things to do with your time?
Nope.
I enjoy nothing more than the thrill of discovery, uncovering the past and piecing together our history. I inherited this passion from my father.
Oh, a barrow digger too, eh?
Indeed. He would take me with him on excavations as a child.
Does he still come with you now, on your own adventures?
I'm afraid my father's been bedbound by illness for many years.
Oh, I am sorry to hear that, lass.
Thank you, Mr. Kemp. He is well looked after at a private hospital. Tell me about yourself, Mr. Kemp.
Well, I've been the proprietor of this inn for the last 16 years. I worked as a drover all over the country in my younger days. Saved up my coin and bought this place.
It's a fine inn.
Thank you. I often run short of ale, but my rooms are rarely full. We don't get many outsiders wanting to stay overnight here in Bewley.
Thanks for your time.
As you were.
Thanks, Stanley. You're a real treasure.
Good day, sir.
Probably nobody else is going to want to talk to me.
I'm not going to wait. I don't. Hello, sir.
What?
I'm waiting here for a man named Leonard Shoulder. Do you know him?
I don't. Do you, love?
Never heard of him.
There you have it. Now clear off.
Comfortable balance between off-putting and cozy. That is very accurate, yeah. That's a very good way of describing this game.
Hello, miss.
Bugger off.
The poor thing. A lovely place to warm oneself. A curmudgeonly-looking old fellow.
You weren't here before.
Hello, sir.
Right,
Do you know a Mr. Leonard Shoulder?
you're not local. You've come on that bloody train, haven't you? Well, it's going to dogs.
Well, geez. Sorry for existing.
My name is Thomasina Bateman, and you are...
None of your business, lass. Where's your husband?
None of your business, sir.
Ah, you're brave coming in here, all on your own.
I'm a grown woman.
I'm Cyril.
It's
Aw.
a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Cyril. Do you know Mr. Shoulder?
That'd be none of your business, lass. I don't come to your city poking around asking questions, do I? Man just wants to enjoy his ale in peace.
I take it you are not enamoured with the railway station.
Bewley's gonna be swarming with outsiders, like you. We don't want you coming here. It's as simple as that, lass.
Why not?
This is our town, our land.
I assure you I am not here to cause trouble.
We'll see about that, won't we?
Xenophobic much?
What can you tell me about Bewley?
We're a proud community. I've lived here my whole life. Not much here to interest folks like you.
Folks like me.
Aye.
Bye for now.
Ta-ra, lass.
Mr. Shoulder should really be here by now. I'll sit down and wait.
They're really fish people. I would not be surprised. Definitely has that vibe.
Where on earth is he? What a waste of time this is turning out to be.
Yes, spin-off game starring Cyril. Oh, it's you again.
Evening there, miss.
Not you again.
I just wanted to apologise for earlier.
Oh,
I
thanks.
got home, had my tea, but it gave me an aching belly.
How so?
I felt bad for how I spoke to you. I'm sorry. The drink gets a hold of me sometimes.
Let's start again, shall we?
Is that
My
Mr.
name
Shoulder?
is Arthur Tillett.
Okay, good.
Thomasina Bateman.
Aw.
What brings you to Bewley, anyway?
I'm here to meet someone, but he has not arrived.
His loss, if you ask me.
Perhaps you know the gentleman, Mr. Leonard Shoulder.
Oh, I know Mr. Shoulder all right. If I may be so bold as to say, he's a bit long in the tooth for you.
The relationship is not what you're implying. I've never met him. In fact, I know very little about him at all.
Get me an
his
ale
head.
and I'll tell you all about the old sod.
You've had enough ale. Hmm. Also, I only have tuppence. I want information, but I also don't think you need another ale.
I really don't think you need another.
Please,
No, you're already drunk.
come on, just one more. Don't you want to hear about old Leonard Shoulder?
Well, yes.
Fine.
Wet my whistle and I'll tell you everything there is to know.
You drive a hard bargain, Mr. Tillett. As you wish.
Thank you very much, Miss Bateman.
Fine.
The man looks thoroughly inebriated.
Please, Miss Bateman, an ale to wet me whistle. Then I'll tell you all about old Leonard.
How about some water instead? You need some water.
There's nothing else I wish to discuss at the moment. I should wait here for Mr. Shoulder. Good day, sir.
Gonna keep trying to talk to that guy.
I'm not I don't...
How can I help you?
Get me an ale.
A tankard of your finest ale, Mr. Kemp.
There we are. 2 pence, please.
Thank you.
That's all I got.
This was the last of my money, but Kenneth will be here tomorrow with more funds.
You keep saying that, and the more you say it, the less I believe it.
A tankard of warm ale. I prefer a glass of Portuguese port wine myself.
Wait, can I give the jug of water to Arthur? I forgot I had that. Can I water down his ale?
Here you are, Arthur. I think you should drink this.
Water? Are you mad, girl? I want a drink. Please.
Oh, well, I tried. Wait, can I? Hold on.
I can't see how that will help me.
Aw, I can't actually water down his ale.
Here you are, Arthur.
He'd notice, too. I think if I did that.
You? Oh, that hits the spot, that does, lass. Now then. Old Len. Leonard Shaw.
Yep. Yep. You called it.
Arthur?
God damn it.
Mr. Tillett? Oh, for heaven's sake. The man is in a drunken stupor.
You owe me tuppence, Arthur.
After one drink too many, Arthur Tillett has passed out. Mr. Tillett? He's not dead, just very drunk. I would still like to hear what he has to say about Mr. Shoulder.
Ah, now is the time for the jug of water.
Oh, what the hell was that for?
You passed out, Mr. Tillett.
Oh, sorry, lass. Where were I? Leonard Shoulder. Hold on another minute. I'm making for a piss.
Oh, god damn it.
This man is unbelievable.
Wasting my time. And he passes out in the toilet.
It feels like an hour has passed. Perhaps I should go in there and check on him.
And now he's dead. Yeah, I would not be surprised. I bet he fucking is. I bet he's dead in there.
I have nothing else to ask for the time being.
Miss Bateman,
Yes.
my apologies. The ladies are closed due to faulty plumbing. You'll have to use the gents.
That's okay. That's where I was going anyway.
Lovely. Mr. Tillett?
Ugh. I don't like that ambient noise. Ooh,
The
mirror.
mirror is coated in a thick layer of grime.
With a reflection and everything. Yay!
The mirror is some excavations are best left to others. The water is brown, quite ghastly.
Ew.
The water looks highly questionable. I ought to keep my hands out of it. There's no fresh water in there. The jug is empty. These look modern. I'm surprised. Is Mr. Tillett in there?
Or he just escaped out the back.
It sounds like someone is in there. A cold draft is leaking in from under the door. This leads outside. I can't reach the window from down here. I can see it's still raining out there. I would rather not get any closer. The smell of urine is nauseating. Mr. Tillett? Mr. Tillett, are you in there?
Okay.
The door opens a crack, but appears to be blocked from the other side. I think I can hear someone moving around. Mr. Tillett? Arthur, are you out there? Judging from the draft coming from below, this door must lead outside. I should investigate further. Tillett, are you in there?
Oh! Cat! Aw!
Well, you're not Mr. Tillett. The mangy thing is fast asleep.
What are you doing in the toilet, cat?
I'd rather not touch it. The thing stinks to high heaven. The door is blocked from the outside. I should go out and take a look. I can't reach the window from down here.
I should light a match.
No, that won't work.
Okay.
Hello again, Cyril.
Oh, aye.
Have you seen Arthur Tillett?
Aye. Saw him going to use the privy a while back.
He hasn't returned.
Building
That
explodes.
drunkard's probably bent up toilet bowl vomiting his guts out as we speak, lass.
Bye for now.
Ta-ra, lass.
Unfortunately, he's not. I checked.
I don't...
How can I help you?
There's a door to the outside in the gents' lavatories. Why is it bolted?
That door doesn't even have a lock.
So you didn't lock the door?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Suspicious.
Have you seen Arthur Tillett?
I thought he were with you.
He went to the lavatory and has not returned.
That sounds like Arthur Tillett. Don't worry, lass. He'll be back.
Thanks for your time.
He turned into a
As
cat.
you were.
Mr. Tillett sounds like the kind of name that someone would give a cat.
I have nothing else to ask for the time being.
Isn't that right, March? March is asleep.
The window box is well out of reach. The sign is...
Oof, look at that. The lighting effect in the fog. Wow. That's impressive.
The cross denote... The cobblers... I don't wish to disturb... A fine example of a church. It looks like it was... I shouldn't wander too far. Mr. Shoulder may still show up and I don't wish to miss him. I shouldn't wander...
Hope it's not Tillett to save him. Hey.
Excuse me, sir.
Oh, hello.
A thin path curves towards some more buildings. A small alley splits the inn and its neighbour. Sir?
Wait.
It's the small window to the lavatories. Surely Mr. Tillett could not have squeezed through that gap.
Yeah, neither have I, but like I've played my fair share of AGS games, and they've all been very good. So yeah, it's I'd be interested to see like how, yeah, what kinds of crazy things you can do with it.
A warm glow permeates from within, making me feel somewhat cold and damp. The window is well out of reach. Sturdy-looking barrels, no doubt used to store ale. I suspect the barrels are empty, otherwise the locals would be rolling them into their cellars. The door leads into the rear of the inn. Someone has wedged the door shut. Mr. Tillett. Why would he have done that? Did Mr. Tillett leave, then block the door behind him? Something strange is going on here.
Oh, I didn't take the plank.
A single glove is lying in the mud. A pearly white gent's glove. It's certainly unlike anything Mr. Tillett was wearing. seems rather out of place here. Peculiar. The post has been embellished with a fine bronze bust of a horse.
Oh, that's cool.
I could tether a horse here if I had one.
Somehow it never occurred to me that that a hitching post for a horse might have a horse decoration on it.
The village square is back this way.
Stir of Echoes radio noise. I don't know that one. I'll have to look that up. Yeah, something about just that deep drone that quite a few video games use very effectively.
A humble local dwelling. I don't wish to go knocking door to door. The path leads toward a long road. The old man has disappeared into the darkness. I'd best turn back to the inn. I should head back. I should head back. A fine white glove, gents style. I found it in the alleyway behind the plough and furrow.
Last orders.
I should get some sleep. Finding the missing men of Bewley shall have to wait for tomorrow.
Yeah, at least 3 men have gone missing now. Well, assuming that that old man wasn't Mr. Shoulder.
I have nothing else to ask for the time being. Kenneth will be arriving tomorrow at midday. I should get some sleep.
Hang on. Poke around town just a little bit
The inn
longer.
is closing soon. And no Mr. Shoulder. I
Okay.
should get some sleep and find him tomorrow. A lovely place to warm oneself. The inn is closing soon. I should get... Kenneth will be a... Yes, I must get some sleep. I shall track down Mr. Shoulder tomorrow.
Hungry British chupacabra.
Miss Bateman,
Yes.
Yes?
off to bed.
Yes. I'm afraid Mr. Shoulder's let me down.
The rotter. Perhaps he will make himself known tomorrow.
I should hope so. This is turning into a waste of my time.
Don't mind the locals, miss. It's just that we don't get a lot of visitors in Bewley.
Quite.
They mean well, believe me.
Sure, Mr. Kemp.
Please, call me Stanley.
Good night, Stanley.
Sleep well, Miss Bateman.
Please, call me Batman. Oh, man. Hey. Hey, no. No. Cat? That is a cat strut. Cat just wanted cuddles. Just wanted to lie on my stomach and stop me from
Such
breathing.
horrid dreams.
I like that stretching animation.
Bolted from the inside, just as I left it last night.
Well, good.
As I suspected, I must have dreamt of that wretched-looking cat. I must say I'm relieved. Right then. Let's see if I can track down the elusive Leonard Shoulder. I'm rather anxious to get to this barrow. I also wonder what happened to Mr. Tillett.
That is an excellent point. Yeah. Not really the most cuddly cat friend that you want spending the night in your bed.
That candle didn't last long. The candle has melted. It's not much use anymore. Perhaps Mr. Kemp will replace it this evening. I've too much to do today to waste time sleeping. I don't wish to take it. I've hung my dress inside. Aside from that, the wardrobe is empty. I've stored my case in there. A box within a box.
Smelly
Good
cat.
morning, Miss Bateman.
Good day, Stanley. Stanley is yet to set the fire for today. I've no use for ashes. I wonder where Mr. Tillett ended up. I must say, last night has rather put me off using these toilets.
Fair. I was expecting that other guy, that drunk guy, to be here still, or again.
It's Mr. Stanley Kemp, the proprietor of the Plough and Furrow. He has the serious and worn-out facial expression of a man who deals with drunkards on a nightly basis.
Did you sleep well, Miss Bateman?
Not really. I have the rather queer recollection of a cat entering my room last night.
A cat, you say?
Yes, an odd-looking grey one. I must have been dreaming, as I locked the door and windows before I went to sleep. I saw a similar cat in the lavatories while searching for Mr. Tillett.
Ah, Herbert. Oh, he's a He comes in now and then searching for scraps.
Didn't mean to skip that.
Indeed. Seeing him in the lavatories must have conjured up the strange dream.
The mind is capable of manifesting frightful things, Miss Bateman. I'm happy to report the rain of yesterday has lifted. It's a clear morning outside. Crisp. I've prepared a room for your assistant. What time will he be arriving today?
His train will get in around midday. Kenneth will also be bringing my excavation equipment.
Oh, aye. What does that entail?
Picks, shovels, buckets, lighting and such. He usually packs it in a large crate. Come to think of it, I'll need somewhere to store it.
You're welcome to use the alley behind the inn for any such bulky items.
Is it safe to do such a thing?
I can assure you the local folk are not thieves, Miss Bateman.
That's not what I...
Now, say nothing more of it.
Thank you, Stanley.
I'll let you get on with your day.
I'll be back with my assistant when he arrives.
How about never?
Miss Bateman,
Yes?
I've something I wish to get off my chest, as it were.
What'd you do?
I've been tossing and turning all night, Miss Bateman. I feel rotten, I really do.
What on earth are you talking about?
As you know, I like to run an honest establishment. And well, I have not been honest with you, lass. I do know of Hobbs Barrow.
You do?
I do. Many here do.
Breakaway
There are
fast time.
stories tied to that place, you know. If I've learned anything in this life, it's that some stones are best left unturned. Old Leonard Shoulder is someone to be wary of too. I can't tell you what to do, lass, but you'd best avoid him.
Why lie to me about Hobbs Barrow?
I know, lass, I know. I feel dreadful.
But why? What are these stories you speak of?
I really can't tell you more. If you insist on visiting that place, you'll have to seek out Mr. Shoulder. He brought you here. He should be the one to tell you.
I must say, Mr. Kemp, this is all quite puzzling. I've never let local superstitions stop me in the past. I pride myself on being a woman of logic and reason. I've no time to waste on such matters.
As I say, seek out Mr. Shoulder. He can tell you more.
Or not. Yeah, I need to find him before I can avoid him. Yeah, or like he won't show up until like the very end of the game or something like that.
Why must I be wary of Mr. Shoulder?
The man has a certain reputation.
For what?
You've seen it already. Were he here to meet you last night?
No.
Precisely. A man not to be trusted.
Where is Hobbs Barrow?
I don't know. I say that on my mother's grave, Miss Bateman.
I now find that hard to believe.
The moors are vast, lass. I'd tend not to go wandering out there. A grown man could lose himself and not be seen again.
Where does Mr. Shoulder live?
I can't say for sure. As I think I told you last night, he's a quiet man and keeps to himself.
Yeah, but like...
He only comes in here to collect his post. Leads me to believe he lives a fair distance
Okay.
away. Certainly not in the village itself.
Might someone around Bewley be able to help me find him?
You could ask around. As I say, lass, Bewley folk mean well. Don't forget that.
I shall return later.
Good day to you, lass.
I was gonna say, like, how many people live in this village? Like, 20, maybe? How hard could it be to, like, search through all of them and find Mr. Shoulder if he lives in the village? But apparently he doesn't, so that makes sense.
It seems I may be fighting a battle against some sort of local superstition. Is there a single barrow in England that doesn't have some ghastly tale attached to it? Hogwash. All of it. I've a few hours until Kenneth arrives. I should use this time to find Mr. Shoulder.
Well, it's a burial ground. I mean, there's always going to be ghost stories around burial grounds. I have a map now. That's cool. Whoa. Oh, cool.
He looks like a rather shady character. Hello. My name is Thomasina, and you are...
Now then, that's none of your concern, love.
What do you do around here?
Hey up, you're not scared of sticking your neb in. I look after the churchyard. Dig the graves. Ha!
What can you tell me about the church?
Aye, it's a church.
Quite.
Riveting. Sorry, one sec. Okay, never mind.
Do you know a man named Leonard Shoulder?
I don't know out about no Leonard Shoulder.
Yeah, I was wondering what form the map was going to take.
What can you tell me about Hobbs Barrow?
Not to be found digging around in those things.
You know of local barrows, then?
Don't concern yourself.
What can you tell me about Bewley?
Not much around here, love. Not worth mentioning to you, like.
I see. Goodbye.
Ta-ra.
I can't reach the window from down here. I'd rather not go into those horrible toilets again.
Child!
The little whelp looks determined to slaughter the very air itself. The young woman looks extremely bored by it all. Hello,
Yes?
my name is Thomasina. What's yours?
Douglas?
It's a pleasure to meet you, Douglas. That's a great sword technique you have.
Thanks, miss. Mr. Crozier's gonna make me a real one when I turn 12. I'm preparing myself to fight the lantern worm.
Heck yeah.
What is the lantern worm?
It's gonna come back and get us all.
It's a dragon is what it
John
is.
Lantern thought he killed it at the River Ware, but my father told me it still lives. We must all be prepared.
The lantern worm isn't real, Douglas. Father just told you that to get you out of his hair.
Not true. I saw it slithering out by the beck. Like a giant eel it were. I ran home so fast I thought I would fly.
Sorry, miss. My brother has a vivid imagination.
Children often do at his age.
I'll keep training. You will all thank me when I thrust my sword deep into its fat belly.
Douglas, this lady doesn't want to hear your nonsense.
Yes, I do. I want to hear all of your nonsense.
Do you like living in Bewley?
Yeah, I do. Are you from the city?
I'm from a long way away.
You must have come on the train. I love watching all the steam puff up into the sky.
Have you been on the train yourself?
No, miss. Our parents don't have the money for train tickets. Father said
Oops. Ah, damn it.
Perhaps this nice lady would like to take you away with her on the train.
Accidentally clicking past dialogue.
I need to stay and protect Bewley from the lantern worm.
Do you know a man called Leonard Shoulder?
That's a funny name.
I take it that means no.
Have you heard of Hobbs Barrow?
What's that?
A local burial mound.
Our parents don't let us wander far from the village.
What's a burial mound?
Don't you mind about that, Douglas?
Who's Mr. Crozier?
He's a blacksmith. His forge is just over there on the other side of the square.
Don't you think 12 years of age is a little young for a real sword?
I'll be a master swordsman by then.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, miss.
I like you, Douglas.
There's nothing else I wish to discuss at the moment. Good day.
Hello, miss.
My name is Thomasina. What's yours?
Betty.
Nice to meet you, Betty.
Betty.
What are you up to?
My brother is practicing his sword fighting technique. And to watch him until he tires himself out.
I'm tireless.
This time last month it were all about his teaspoon collection. This month it's swords.
Do you know a man named Leonard Shoulder?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
What do you know of Hobbs Barrow?
Our parents don't like us talking to strangers, miss.
So you know of it?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Goodbye.
Bye, miss.
I like you, Betty.
Quite a fine building indeed. I don't think anyone is home. There's more houses down that way. The door has been boarded up. No one here.
Yeah, I was going to say, we are all both Douglas and Betty.
I don't think anyone is home.
Oh, hello.
The blacksmith is toiling away.
I was just thinking about that line the other day. Why not? Why a spoon? Why not an axe? Or it's dull, you twit. It'll hurt more.
I have one just like this. I have one just... This appears to be the forge of a local blacksmith. The blacksmith is right here. I've no need to go inside. The black... Good day.
Yes?
Mr. Crozier, I presume.
Aye, George Crozier, at your service.
Isn't crozier like another word for blacksmith as well?
My name is Thomasina.
Aye, can I help you?
I know it's one of those like old style like occupation names, similar to like Wainwright. Which is a wheel maker, I believe, or a wagon maker.
Are you a Bewley native, Mr. Crozier?
Aye, born and bred.
Just crozier.
It's where my
It was
father's
something. I
forge
forget what it
before
is.
mine.
How is business faring?
I do an honest trade. There'll always be horses needing shoes and farmers needing tools. You let me know if you need out made or mended. I'll do you a fair price.
Thank you, Mr. Crozier.
Sweet. I bet I will need your services.
Do you know a man by the name of Leonard Shoulder?
Oh, aye. Old Leonard.
Have you seen him recently?
No, not recently.
Do you know where he lives?
Why all these questions, lass?
I need to speak with him. He invited me to Bewley.
Oh, he'll turn up. I've seen him in the plough and furrow from time to time.
But do you know where he lives? I need to find him.
I believe he lives somewhere out on the moors. Can't tell you out more than that.
Thank you, Mr. Crozier.
Okay, that's better than nothing. I need a giant spoon, yes. For carving out someone's heart.
Do you know of a local landmark named Hobbs Barrow?
There's a fair many barrows found out on the moors, lass. Too many to put a name to. Not a soul in Bewley pays them any mind.
No, crozier... it's something to do with the cross. It's like a... Okay, I'm looking it up. It's driving me crazy. I gotta remember what a crozier means. Oh, no, no, no. Okay, so it's not an occupation. It's just, it's like it is a cross. It's like a bishop's staff. Symbol of the governing office of a bishop. Okay, so it's kind of like the closest thing would be that cross in the village square. Yeah. It was driving me nuts too. Like usually I would just let someone else do it, but I was like, no, I have to know. Because I feel like I'm saying something wrong and I want to correct myself.
What can you tell me about Bewley?
We don't get many visitors here, outside of market days. But there's plenty of work for the village blacksmith.
Plus 5 holy
Where are
damage.
you from, then?
I arrived yesterday on the train from London, by way of Derby.
Oh, aye. I've heard about London.
What have you heard?
Plenty of factories there.
Yes, indeed. The city is always changing and moving forward.
Too busy for me, though, lass. I prefer a quieter pace. Aye.
When do market days run in Bewley?
Once or twice a month. The next one is tomorrow.
How delightful.
Cool.
Unless your vice is cabbages, there'll be naught to interest a young lady.
I don't mind a cabbage.
Then you're in luck.
Thanks for your time.
Aye. Speak to you later.
You had me at cabbages.
A fantastic specimen.
Oh, cool.
Alas, it is not mine to take. Good day.
Yes?
I noticed your spectacular fossil specimen.
Oh, aye. I collect them. This one is called
Ammonite.
I'm impressed, lass.
From the Jurassic period, I'd venture.
Do you collect them too, then?
My true interests lie in comparatively modern history.
Oh, aye. Well, I do love a fossil. It's important to remember that we all end up in the soil eventually.
Quite. Thanks for your time.
Aye. Speak to you later.
It belongs in a museum. Cold shoulder.
Bugger off!
Ah, the unmistakable charm of old Cyril.
Ah, so that's where he lives. Good to know.
I don't think anyone is home.
Can I go back to the train station? I could also just use the map, but... Oh, hello. Oh. Oh, it's Arthur. Oh, he... Arthur runs the frickin' train station. Well. Well, that's,
Well, that's one mystery solved. It's Arthur Tillett. What's he doing in there? Mr. Tillett, where did you go last night?
Have we met?
Last night at the Plough and Furrow.
Oh, Miss Bateman. I were blind drunk last night and woke up with a stinking headache.
You still smell like a brewery.
Sorry.
You went to use the lavatory and never came back, Mr. Tillett. I searched everywhere for you.
not
I think
everywhere.
I remember you bought me a drink. Then it's all a blur. I woke up in my bed this morning with my wife sour at me for waking her at some ungodly hour.
But that happens a lot.
About last night. What were you going to tell me about Leonard Shoulder?
Who?
Leonard Shoulder. You told me you knew him. And promised to tell me more if I bought you a drink. Which I did. So what were you going to tell me?
I don't really know the old bugger.
But you said you did.
Oh, aye. No, I know naught about him. No, naught about Leonard Shoulder.
I don't believe you.
You're hiding something, Mr. Tillett. I don't believe you.
I say a lot of things when I've got the drink in me.
I do believe that.
Probably just wanted you to buy me an ale.
A likely story.
Look, what would I gain from lying to you?
An ale.
Just wanted another drink.
Even if that's the case, it doesn't explain your disappearance.
I don't remember out.
About last night. You really don't remember where you went last night?
As I say, it's all a blur. I remember needing a piss, then nothing. Well, you must have missed me when I came out.
I did not. I even went to the gents' toilets to find you.
Oh, aye. A sight for sore eyes.
It was. I checked everywhere, and you were nowhere to be found. The back door leading to the alleyway was blocked from the outside.
Oh, aye?
Yes. You must have exited through that door, Mr. Tillett.
But you just said it were blocked.
There must be an explanation.
My mind has drawn a blank.
Why was the door blocked? Did you block it?
I told you I don't remember. I've nought to say 'cause I remember nought.
I'm assuming you don't know where Mr. Shoulder lives then.
Sorry, Miss Bateman. I don't know nought about Leonard's shoulder.
How's your headache faring?
It feels like a steam engine is driving full pelt in a circle around me skull.
Be sure to drink plenty of water, Mr. Tillett.
Aye. I'll survive.
So, you work here?
Aye. Bewley's station master at your service. Would you like to buy a ticket?
Not just yet, thank you. I understand that some of the locals are not too happy about this new station.
Aye. I'd go as far as saying the whole village.
How long has the station been open for?
About 3 months. We're on the Midland Railway line. This employment's been a saviour for me. If I weren't stood here, I'd be drinking my life away at the pub right now. It's worth the occasional withering look from Cyril and the rest of them.
What does a station master do?
A bit of this and a bit of that. I don't wish to bore you with such things.
As you wish.
Well, I
My
asked.
responsibilities here keep me on the straight and narrow, I'll tell you that much.
I hope so.
Duty can do wonders for a lost soul.
Indeed. This must be a rather lonesome post to occupy.
Trains pass through here more regularly than you might think, lass.
Farewell for now.
Ta-ra.
God, the noise of a train with a hungover station master must be a great combo.
Mr. Tillett is right there. There's nothing else I would... My mother... If I take... Do you recognize this glove?
Never seen it before in my life.
Yeah, she really does. So far, just the voice acting has been top notch. And that would be Wajidai Games' involvement. I believe, oh, hello. Cat. Tentacle cat. That's adorable. Yeah, I think this game has voice acting because it was published by Wajidai. But it's not the usual Wajidai cast list, because they made a point to go for authenticity. This being the north of England, so they only cast like native British English speakers, specifically northern, the northern English dialect, which is awesome. That's very cool. So I don't think Abe Goldfarb is at this one. As much as we love him, he is not British. God. I think she's a little bit... I think Thomasina Bateman can do better than George Stobart.
The path disappears into dense woods. The path leads on, back to St. Edmunds.
Let's go get lost. Ooh. Foresty.
The path leads deeper into the woods.
Squirrel! Or fox? No, I think it was a squirrel. Too small for a fox.
No doubt home to many a woodland creature. The path continues through the woods. I have no desire to go rooting about in there.
Aw, just a little bit of rooting about.
I shall see
Oh.
you later this evening, gents.
Hello.
Well, I say. Greetings, my dear.
Hello, sir.
Who the hell are you?
Pause on your beauty, for I shall see you again soon.
I already...
Wait. Some nerve.
Lady, you're blushing.
I most certainly am not.
I already hate him.
The men look like they've spent many a long day exposed to the harsh moorland weather. The path continues through the woods. This leads back through the woods toward Bewley.
Sorry, lass. No way through here today.
Says who?
Lord Panswick. Now get back before you find yourself under a falling tree.
My name is Thomasina Bateman.
Oh, aye? You're not from round here, Thomasina Bateman.
No, just visiting. What is your name, sir?
Horace.
Are you in charge here?
I am indeed.
Tell me, who was that arrogant man here just now?
Just someone passing by.
It sounded like you knew him better than that.
I don't believe
I
that.
don't mean to be disrespectful, but that's none of your business.
People say that a lot around here.
What are you doing here?
What does it look like I'm doing? We're chopping down trees.
There is no need to be sarcastic.
We're employed by Lord Panswick. He's ordered us to gather logs from his woods. That's what we're doing.
These are his woods.
Aye, his lordship owns most of the land round Bewley.
Who is Lord Panswick?
Our governor.
He's the governor of the whole town.
All right, Owen, back to work now.
He lives in Bewley.
Aye, not far away. But his lordship doesn't like questions. Or visitors. Now please leave us to our work.
Do you know a man named Leonard Shoulder?
No, I don't. Can you let me get back to my work now?
No, I'm not done asking questions.
Have you heard of a place called Hobbs Barrow?
Can't say I have.
Why are you gathering logs for Lord Panswick?
By heck, you ask a lot of questions. If you must know, his lordship is repairing an old ruin on his land. We need the timber for the restoration work.
How intriguing.
Hmm.
What type of ruin is Lord Panswick restoring?
An old chapel.
I should rather like to see it.
Not possible. His lordship does not welcome.
Thanks for your time.
Ah, God.
We'll be done by tomorrow morning.
hate when I
Come
do
back
that.
then if you want to explore the woods.
I wish this game had an option to not skip dialogue. Because I keep doing it accidentally.
The men look like...
I thought it did. Hold on, actually. See, it says click to advance dialogue off. And yet, I'm skipping dialogue anyway. So, what the heck? I have not saved once because I've been auto-saving the whole time.
I'll let him get on with his work. I'll let him get on. There's nothing else I wish to discuss at the moment.
Lass, as I told you, there's no way down the path today.
I mean, can I just step over these logs? It doesn't look that hard. But fine. As you wish. Ooh. Hello, children.
This young fellow looks miserable. She has a puckish little face. I do enjoy the charm of a babbling beck.
Zombie on own base.
Remarkable. A gargantuan fossilized ammonite.
Ooh.
This would look fantastic on my mantelpiece.
Hey! Stay away from that! Don't touch it! It's bad luck to touch the Ammon's horn. I'm serious.
Fine.
Okay. You say so.
Damp rag dolls have been laid out to dry in the dreary sun. Sweet little flowers. The delicate flowers smell rather sweet. The delicate...
I should be showing the glove to everybody.
They aren't mine to take. The water is icy cold. Good day, little one. What's your name?
Hello, miss. I'm Jane and this is my brother Wally.
Lovely to meet you. I'm Thomasina.
I'd introduce you to my dolls, but they're drying out at the moment.
You're adorable.
This is a lovely little beck.
It's where we get our water, miss. It's good for drinking and cleaning.
Your dolls look lovely, Jane.
Thank you, miss. I love them very much. Today was their bath day.
Tell me more about the Ammon's Horn.
Daddy said we should never touch it. It will make the god angry.
Ooh.
What god?
Ammon, of course. How
wonderful. I'll be sure not to touch it. I wouldn't want to anger the gods.
Sensible.
Do you know an old man called Leonard Shoulder?
No, miss.
Have you heard of a place called Hobbs Barrow?
Jane! No, miss.
Are you sure?
I swear.
Goodbye.
Bye, miss.
Hello, Wally.
Yeah?
My name's Thomasina. How are you?
Go away!
Sweet kid.
Do you know a man called Leonard Shoulder?
No,
Have you heard of a place called Hobbs Barrow?
no.
What do you know about Lord Panswick?
I heard he owns the whole county.
Have you met him?
No, he lives out on the moors somewhere. But everyone does what he tells them to.
Why's that?
Because he has a lot of money.
Goodbye. Do you recognise this glove?
No. Sorry.
Do you recognise this glove?
No.
I'm so gonna touch that fossil. I come back when the kids are gone and touch all over it. Ah, yes. Okay, this is where the church is. And I did want to visit this place.
This leads to the church tower, I presume. The doors look weathered, but have stood the test of time.
Come at me, Ammon. What are you gonna do? Ooh, is she running a bake sale?
The woman has a kind face.
Yes, cakes.
A fine assortment of baked goods. A lovely treat for those who enjoy such things.
Give. I would like to buy cake.
In memory of Peter Black. In memory of William Ager. In memory of Mabel Hurst. In memory of Benjamin Garkham. In memory of Millicent Smith. In memory of George Paxton. In memory of Barnaby Tillett.
Oh.
In memory of Percival Roach. In memory of Romeo Hegg, dearly missed by his beloved Juliet.
Daw.
In memory of Henry Crozier.
Okay, so we got some familiar names.
The trusty trowel, the barrow digger's best friend.
Give.
Excuse me, do you think anyone would mind if I borrowed this trowel?
You help yourself, dear. Father Roach won't mind lending it. Just be sure to put it back when you're finished.
Of course, thank you.
It is more blessed to give than to receive.
The trusty... This one has seen better days. Unfortunately, I don't think the cakes are free.
Oh yeah, and I'm out of money. Damn it. She digs that trowel. Yes, indeed.
Hello. Good day. Would you like to buy one of these cakes, pet?
I would.
What kind of cakes do you have?
I have some lovely Bakewell puddings. The sweetest marriage of almond and jam. I can tell you're not from around here, because if you were, you would know about my Bakewell puddings. They are quite famous.
Alas, I'm not carrying any money with me.
That's unfortunate, pet. I'm sorry, I can't give them away for free. The money goes to the church, you see, and one cannot shirk one's duty to the church.
I understand.
How about you give me one for like as a sample, or like half of one, and I'll come back later and buy more.
My name is Thomasina. What's yours?
Mrs. Duplancy.
A pleasure to meet you, Mrs. Duplancy.
Likewise, pet.
Tell me about yourself, Mrs. Duplancy.
About me? What would you possibly want to know about me? I've been attending St. Edmund's Church my whole life. I always want to help where I can, so I sell my baked goods, and all the proceeds go to its upkeep. This place means so much to me.
Aw.
Your cakes look delicious.
I can assure you they are. You'll not find better in the entire county.
Ah, Mrs. Duplancy, a woman after my own heart.
What can you tell me about St. Edmund's Church?
Isn't it the finest building? It's been standing here since the 12th century. The box pews in the nave are very fine and date back to the 17th century. The door is open if you'd like to worship.
Thank you, Mrs. Duplancy.
I'm very much enjoying all these trowel puns.
Do you know a local man called Leonard Shoulder?
Yes, I know Leonard. What business do you have with him?
It's a long story, but I'm trying to find where he lives.
I'm afraid I don't know, dear. Father Roach has access to the parish register. He might be able to help you.
Okay, cool.
What can you tell me about Father Roach?
He is a lovely man and an exemplary servant of the Lord. He's been the vicar of St. Edmund's for many years.
Where can I find Father Roach?
At this time of day, he'll be taking his exercise in Herne Wood, to the west of the village.
Thank you. I'll go find him.
Be sure to listen out for his merry whistling. Such a jolly man.
Excellent.
Where can I find Father Roach again?
At this time of...
Thank you, Mrs. Duplancy. What do you know of Hobbs Barrow?
Hobbs what?
Hobbs Barrow, a local burial mound.
The only place of burial I know about and care for is in this very churchyard.
What do you know about Lord Panswick?
Wretched man. They say he is restoring a chapel near his manor. But for whom and to what god, I ask?
Is he a man of faith?
I've barely seen him set foot in St. Edmund's. It doesn't stop him from acting as our God-given ruler. Stay away from him, pet. Don't get yourself tangled up in local affairs.
Oh, I'm gonna.
Certainly don't intend to.
I'm gonna get myself tangled up in all of the local affairs.
Why did you call Lord Panswick wretched?
He hides in that manner of his and cares not for his people. I've heard stories whispered in the pews, you know.
What kind of stories?
That he shoots people on sight.
Ooh.
Anyone that strays onto Panswick Manor.
Good grief.
Yet he will walk into the plough and furrow and buy ale for all and be hailed as our protector. I answer to God and God alone. Forgive me, pet. I shouldn't get so worked up.
Not at all. I appreciate your honesty, Mrs. Duplancy. Thank you for your time.
Yeah.
God be with you.
Well, that was an interesting conversation. Let's see. Can I go in here?
It's locked.
Nah, I thought so. All right, let's check out the church. Ooh.
Goodness me, look at these box pews. I've never seen any as tall as that before. Most unusual architecture, even for the Normans.
They're as tall as my shoulder. I sat in them, I couldn't see a thing.
The pews are contained within compartments that can be locked. I've seen a similar design in other Norman churches around England, but this is a particularly impressive example. Locked. Locked as well. I think they all might be. Those have seen better days. The flowers have long since dried out. I don't want them.
Okay, now I'm wondering, like, I've heard or read the phrase "seen better days" a lot, specifically in adventure games. And now I'm wondering if there's like a database somewhere of like every adventure game that uses that particular phrase and in what context. There probably isn't. That's an extremely specific and obscure like thing to document, but now I'm curious.
A memorial list of former vicars. They stretch back several hundred years.
What if they expect you to find Jesus if you can hide below those? Yeah. Well, you know, he's everywhere, so.
A memorial list of former vicars. They stretch back several hundred years. Is that a necklace? Someone has left a necklace hanging here. A silver cross. Sterling by the look of it.
Yoink.
Maybe I can reunite it with its owner. I think this might be genuine sterling silver.
Impressive.
Stained glass depictions of various biblical scenes. It's not my specialist area.
There's where George Stobart should come in.
This must be where the local vicar sacrifices the newborns.
Wow.
This must... I've no time for such things. I can admire the craftsmanship from afar.
I do too. You do fine. Okay, that's adorable.
Do you recognize this glove?
No, pet.
Never mind. I don't wish to give that away. Excuse me, I found this necklace inside the church. Is it yours?
No, pet. Perhaps someone left it behind yesterday. You keep hold of it for now. I'll ask around at the next service.
Are you sure?
I trust you.
Aw, thanks.
This path leads back to the village square. This way leads to the graveyard.
Ooh, heck yeah. Love adventure game graveyards.
John Purchase, dearly beloved husband of Florence. John, dearly... Forever in light, Anne Kemp.
Wow. Perhaps Stanley's wife?
Forever...
Some relative of Stanley.
Here lies Margaret Tillett, beloved mother, wife, and sister. Today she dances with angels. Joseph Davis.
So Arthur has lost a number of family members, looks like. Yeah. I am kind of getting the hunch that she is not all she seems.
Samuel Bryden. Death is only a shadow across the path to heaven. Here lies Elizabeth Farnaby.
The greater good.
William Paxton. Modest and gentle of heart. This appears to be a recently dug, unmarked grave. This appears...
Bogus Meat Factory! Thank you for the raid!
The path leads to a small hill.
Welcome, everyone. Can I...
I may be a barrow digger, but I am no grave robber.
Okay.
path leads across the moors.
Going great so far. I'm really digging the atmosphere and just everything about it. Yes, by all means, if you do not want to be spoiled, then I will not be upset if you choose to leave. We can't even find the damn place. That's true. We can't find the place, and we can't find the person who invited us here. So we're off to a great start. Oh, bench.
A fine spot to take a rest. The path continues over the moors.
That's not really a path, is it?
Margaret's Lookout. I wonder who Margaret is, or was.
Margaret Tillett? Ah. A large hill the size of a small hill. Large barrow the size of a small barrow. Oh, apparently this is as far as I can go. Okay.
The path leads back to St. Edmunds.
Ooh.
I'm not sure if these are poisonous or edible.
Well, that's clearly a fairy ring, so either way, don't step in it.
I'd better not touch them. They could be poisonous.
Alright, yeah. Rest well. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for the raid. I'll see you around.
I'd better not. This path leads out over the moors.
Actually, hold on. Before I go further this way, let me check something. I bet these other people also have new things to say about, like, Lord Panswick and stuff. Oh, here we go. What's this?
This house looks pleasant.
Throw the cat into the circle.
A warehouse. Royal Mail, Postmaster's Residence. This must be the local post office.
I suspect the cat may be in cahoots with the fair folk anyway, so probably wouldn't do much.
This way leads back to the village square. Royal, this must be...
Interesting.
A storeroom of some kind. It's rather empty. A store... I don't think anyone is home.
A changeling, yeah. There's definitely something weird about that cat.
The path leads toward a long road. A humble local... Nobody home. The road disappears over the horizon. I see nothing but moorland.
There's definitely something here. Wait, hold on.
The road
Look at that.
disappears over the horizon. I see nothing but moorland.
See that? Look, there's like a stone mound kind of in the middle of the screen there. That's got to be important. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, okay. That tree looked interesting, but apparently it is not. Well, it is northern England. Isn't that where Shetland is? Or is that... I don't know English geography very well at all. Okay, let's go back to that other moor area. Wait, no, don't they have peat bogs in Scotland, don't they?
The moors stretch into the distance.
Oh, okay.
I don't wish to wander aimlessly.
Okay, then. Well, let's see if any other...
Good day.
Yes?
What can you tell me of Lord Panswick?
His lordship commands much respect around here, lass. Keeps me busy with work. Why do you ask?
Just curious. Thanks for your time.
Aye. Speak to you later.
Oh, right. And then also I should show people the glove.
Do you recognize this glove?
No. Should I?
Never mind.
And the cross.
Is this yours?
No, not mine.
Dang, that's impressive. I would like to visit a peat bog at some point in my life. They sound cool. They're probably less cool than I think they are, but I think they're cool.
Good day.
Hello, miss.
What do you know about Lord Panswick?
Not a lot. I know he's in charge around here.
Does he come to the village often?
Not really. He has a manor out on the moors.
Have you ever been there?
Heavens, no. Villagers aren't allowed there.
Why not?
Dunno. It's just the way it is.
Goodbye.
Bye, miss.
There's more houses. Do you recognize this glove?
Sorry, I don't.
Is this yours?
Oh, that's beautiful. I'd never be allowed such a pretty thing.
Aw, Betty.
Hello.
Yes?
What do you know about Lord Panswick?
He gave me some sweets once. My friend says that Lord Panswick has special trees at his manor that grow sweets on their branches. You think that's true, miss?
I think that's very unlikely.
Me too.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, miss.
I like Douglas. I've said that before, but it bears repeating.
Do you recognize this?
I don't have any gloves.
Do you recognize this?
No, miss.
Did I look in the cobblers already? I think I did. No one was home.
No one here.
Huh. Stanley's gone. Maybe he's just somewhere else. Maybe he's in my
I
room.
must say,
Oh, okay, he's not. Maybe he's hiding in the closet. I wonder where he went.
hello. What can you tell me about Lord Panswick?
Naught to say, except don't be sniffing around his lordship's manor. You'll end up with a round of shot in you.
I beg your pardon?
You heard me. Just mind your own business around here.
Goodbye.
Ta-ra.
I did indeed hear you.
Do you recognize this glove?
What are you showing me that for? Does it look like I'd wear something like that?
Didn't ask if you wore it, I asked if you recognized it. There's a difference.
Is this yours?
What do you think?
Why you gotta be a dick about it? Okay. I still want to talk to Arthur again, and also those two kids by the beck. If I can remember where they were. Oh, I think they were, I think they were up this way. Yeah. Okay, that's the church. Oh, right. I forgot. The priest. He'll be out here because I talked to Mrs. Duplancy about him, and she said he's out to the west, and that's where this is. Okay.
Hello, Jane.
Hello, miss.
Wally doesn't say much.
He's mardy with me 'cause he's bored, miss. He thinks he's too old to play with dolls.
I see.
Mardy. That's a term I've never heard before.
Where are your parents?
They are picking apples from the big tree in our yard. Daddy and I sell them at the market.
That sounds nice.
But they don't mind us playing at the beck, as long as we don't touch the Ammon's horn.
Goodbye.
Bye, miss.
There's nothing else I... Do you recognize...
No. Sorry.
Is this yours?
I wish.
Do you recognize this glove?
No.
I think I already showed the glove to them.
Is this yours?
No.
Okay. I will go find the priest in just a sec. Let me talk to Arthur again real quick first.
Hello, Arthur.
Hello again, Miss Bateman.
You're my best friend in this village. You and the innkeeper.
What can you tell me about Lord Panswick?
And Mrs. Duplancy.
Oh, you've heard of his lordship, then?
Yes. Do you know him?
Aye. He comes into the village from time to time, gives sweets to the children, hires young men to work his land. He's well liked around here.
I sense some hesitation, Mr. Tillett.
Well, we kind of have an unspoken agreement with his lordship. He looks after us, provided we leave him alone.
I don't follow.
He likes his privacy.
Some people do.
No one is allowed to visit him.
Do you mean to say that he's a bit eccentric?
No. I've heard people got fired at when approaching his manor uninvited.
Good grief. But is this true?
Well, I won't be the one to find out.
Farewell for now.
Smart.
Ta-ra!
Do you recognize this glove?
Never seen it before in my life.
Is this yours?
I don't wear out fancy like that.
All right then. Boop. Teleport. Hello. Duh. My goodness.
Very sorry. Oh, the shame. This malaise will not pass. Oh, the nausea. I need your help, young lady.
Tell me what you need.
Let the blood from my arm.
Excuse me?
Cut me. I beg you.
I will not be doing that.
The vicar looks dreadfully ill. Are you sure this is the only way, Father?
I beg you. It's the only cure for this torturous malady.
Bloodletting cult go, indeed.
I don't wish to look too closely. I'm not going near it. It smells disgusting. The vicar's spectacles lie broken on the forest floor. Ouch! broken lens is extremely sharp.
Uh-huh. Okay. That's probably what I'm going to have to use to cut him.
Are you sure this is the...
I beg you. It's the only cure for this torturous malady.
Torturous melody. Oh,
I don't think it's sharp enough.
Good love.
Now isn't the time to show him that.
Trowel.
The trowel's blade is dull and rusted. I need something that will provide a cleaner cut. Perhaps I shouldn't risk soiling this glove until I find its owner. Ouch! The broken... I don't think that will help me pick up the broken glass.
Oh, I have a handkerchief. I totally forgot I had a handkerchief.
This handkerchief was a gift from my mother. I hope she will understand. This should work. A sharp shard of glass from a pair of broken spectacles.
Sharpen the trowel. Yeah, on what? I don't want to do this.
Are you sure you want me to do this?
Yes, it will cure me of my ills.
I shall do as you ask, Father.
Ooh. Oof.
Thank the Lord for my spare pair. God bless you. I already feel quite better.
I'm glad, Father.
The rapid healing properties of bloodletting cannot be overstated. I'm Frederick Roach, Vicar of St. Edmund's Church.
My name is Thomasina Bateman. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Well, that was very strange and disturbing.
Are you feeling better?
Yes, thank you.
What ails you, Father Roach?
I just ate a rotten berry, that's all. I like to pick blackberries for my supper, you see. They are quite delicious, as long as you mind the bramble. My apologies again. I wish we had met in different circumstances.
Blackberries are real good.
Are you from Bewley originally?
I was born in our very own St. Edmunds. It's quite the story.
Do tell.
My mother was sheltering there as a frightful tempest raged. And lo, did her waters break right there and then in that pew.
One could say that you were born into your role, Father.
Indeed. When my mother told me the story as a young boy, I knew that this was my calling.
St. Edmund's is a fine building.
Thank you for saying so. It's hard work keeping her in good shape, but our congregation is always willing to lend a hand in the Lord's name.
What is it like being the vicar here?
Every day is a blessing, my child. I have a great love for our parish, and the Lord looks after us.
What about your congregation?
Numbers have fallen over the years, I must say. But those that remain are faithful and full of his spirit.
I'm looking for Mr. Leonard Shoulder.
Oh, yes? Are you a relative?
No, it's a long story, but he invited me to Bewley.
And he didn't tell you his address?
He was to meet me last night at the Plough and Furrow, but he never came.
I see. Well, let me welcome you to Bewley on his behalf.
Thank you, Father.
Oh, that's a good one, Blacktails.
Do you know where Mr. Shoulder lives?
Let me think. It's been many moons since I've paid him a visit.
Perhaps you could allow me to take a look at the parish register.
No need. I remember it now. A fair hike across the moors.
Could you please give me directions?
I'll take you there myself. It's the least I can do after you aided me so.
Capital. Thank you.
Just let me know when you're ready to pay him a visit.
Sweet.
I'll be resting here for the time being.
Oh, hey, Brooke. It's 9:30. Could you feed March?
Yeah.
if you're not doing anything super important right now.
Right between activities, perfect timing.
Awesome.
What do you know of Hobbs Barrow?
I can't say I've heard of it.
Getting some food tonight.
It's supposedly a famous local landmark.
I'm afraid I know nothing about it.
What can you tell me about Bewley?
It's a quiet town. The railway line, which I presume you arrived by, is the only news of note we've had here for years.
I've heard the new station has received a mixed reaction.
I've heard many a debate, it's true. But my role is not to adjudicate on that matter. I'm very busy in my own work, you see.
What do you know of Lord Panswick?
Oh, yes. A rather important fellow around here. His vast land holdings give many a steady employment.
I hear he is renovating an old chapel on his land.
Aye, I've heard such reports. He believes this to be a godless land. Something I wholeheartedly disagree with. To which god his chapel will be dedicated to remains a matter of concern.
Why do you say that?
Oh, my apologies. Don't listen to my oafish conjecture. Let us move on.
I'm ready to go to Mr. Shoulder's house.
Excellent. I feel the fresh air will do me well. Follow me.
Off we go. Normally I'd be ending stream around this time, but I'm actually going to go a bit longer tonight. Because it's a launch day stream and this game is cool and brand new. And I want to get in as much as I can.
Good morning, Father.
Good morning, Mrs. Duplancy. Mrs. Duplancy, this is Thomasina Bateman, a visitor to our parish.
We've already had the pleasure of meeting, Father.
Excellent. Miss Bateman, don't hesitate to try one of Mrs. Duplancy's wonderful cakes.
Yes, I've heard about her famous Bakewell puddings.
I'll be here all day, young lady. But remember, once they're gone, they're gone. Those little whelps have already gobbled up all the gingerbread.
You are doing God's work, Mrs. Duplancy.
He smiles upon us, Father.
Miss Bateman, if you'd like to follow me.
I can't wait to try one of those cakes.
Let's talk of graves, of worms, and epitaphs. Make dust our paper, and with rainy eyes, write sorrow on the bosom of the earth. Let's choose executors, and talk of wills.
Shakespeare?
Quite. Which play?
I actually don't know that. I'm gonna guess Richard II because that's the only one of these I haven't read. I'm pretty sure that's not from Hamlet. I'm gonna guess Richard II.
Richard II?
Correct.
Sweet.
You are well read, Miss Bateman. Studying the work of the bard is one of my favorite pastimes. Follow me.
Aw, no achievement for that? Come on.
Behold, the vast expanse of God's creation. The moors extend as far as the mortal eye can see. Beautiful, is it not?
Indeed, the moors are beautiful.
The beauty of God's creation is that it takes so many forms. How can one take in such a view and not have faith? Some look at these moors and think this a godless land. But I tell you, he is found in all domains. The Lord's work is all about us. Tell me, Miss Bateman, do you believe in God?
I was brought up Anglican. The church was an important part of my early life, Father Roach. But what happened to my father eventually made me question things.
If you don't mind me asking, my child, what happened to your father?
He had an accident when I was very young.
Ooh, flashback time.
Come along now, Thomasina. Let's get out of the rain.
Ooh, she preggers.
Remember what I told you, all right? Be a good girl. People are unwell here. They don't want to hear you running about making noise. Understood?
Yes, Mother.
Good. And don't annoy the nurses.
I promise I won't.
Good. Now, let's see your father.
A bit cross with her, with me. How does it work? So Victorian England, right? Women wore corsets. Do you wear a corset when you're pregnant? I'm guessing not, but there's probably something. I don't know enough about Victorian undergarments to be able to hazard a guess.
Mummy is crying. Daddy is sleeping. Mummy? Mummy? Daddy, wake up!
Good evening, Mr. Bateman. Hello, little one. You must be Thomasina?
Yes.
My name is Nurse Blaketon. I just need to talk to your mummy for a little bit. I'm sorry to disturb you, Mrs. Bateman. Mrs. Bateman?
Will he ever talk again, Nurse Blaketon?
The doctor is uncertain, Mrs. Bateman. There is the possibility that Mr. Bateman won't regain any movement at all. But we will do our utmost to look after Mr. Bateman here at Ticehurst Manor. He will have a nurse by his side at all times, I can assure you.
What sort of god would allow this fate to befall such a kind and honest man?
I'm sorry to hear this. God moves in mysterious ways, but he loves us all. Come along now.
Hello? She scampered off in a hurry. Who was that?
Some primitive folk make their home out on the moors. I suggest you keep your wits about you when you are exploring, and don't stray too far from Bewley.
I see. How much farther to Mr. Shoulder's house?
Still quite a walk, I'm afraid, but we'll get to him soon enough. Now then, take a look at this. Legend has it that this cairn has stood here for over 1,000 years.
How remarkable.
The Devil's Toe.
I beg your pardon?
That's what it's called. The Devil's Toe.
Oh, I see.
Come now, onward.
That doesn't look like a devil's toe to me.
We walked and walked across that vast, featureless landscape. All the while, Father Roach was whistling away merrily. Just as I had begun to wonder if we were hopelessly lost, a building emerged from the mist. Mr. Shoulder's cottage.
Chickens.
Here we are, Miss Bateman. Unless my memory fails me completely, this is Mr. Leonard Shoulder's house.
Thank you for your help, Father Roach.
Now, no need to thank me after your providential assistance today. However, I have something to ask you.
Yes?
Please don't tell Mrs. de Plancy about my little secret.
Hi, March.
She will only fret. The poor dear woman has enough on her mind as it is.
I shan't mention it.
Thank you.
You want a lap to sit on?
You'd better see if Mr.
What?
Shoulder is in.
There he is. It's a kitten. Here he is. Yes. Hi. You are much nicer than that creepy gray cat we found in the toilets. Yes, yes you are. You are very much nicer than him. Herbert, that was his name.
Do you recognize this glove?
Fine stitching indeed. An item of some considerable taste.
Indeed.
But I'm afraid I don't recognize it. Why do you ask?
Never mind.
The figure of the chicken made of blood pecked.
I found this necklace inside the church. Do you know who it belongs to?
Many in our congregation wear such things. I'll announce it at the next service.
Do you mind if I keep hold of it until then?
Not at all.
Totally not going to sell it for money.
Father Roach still looks rather pallid.
No sign of life?
None. The window is nice and clean. The dwelling is by no means abandoned. This must provide a charming view across the moor. What else do you know about Mr. Shoulder?
A reclusive man. I must say I know very little about him.
Does he attend services at St. Edmund's?
Not regularly, if at all these days.
Perhaps he feels closer to God out here on the moors. What do you make of Mr. Shoulder's residence?
A sturdy construction, I'm in no doubt. The winds blow a gale out here, not to mention the pelting rain.
At least he must have plenty of eggs to eat.
Awful creatures, those hens.
Oh, why? What's wrong with them? Foul language.
Do you know that young girl we saw?
No, but I've seen her sneaking around the churchyard. The poor thing is feral. She takes off at the slightest stirring. We will bring the Lord to her. Good time.
Perhaps she has her own beliefs. You said there were others like her.
Primitive folk, yes. Avoid the moors in hours of darkness and don't wander too far. I wouldn't entrust a young woman in their company.
Indeed.
Do you know anything else about the Devil's Toe?
Not really. I do recall it toppling over when I was a child. A few lads from Bewley rebuilt it to the best of their memories.
The devil mustn't have been happy.
Come now, my child. Do not joke about such matters.
Why don't you like hens, Father?
I know I must love all of God's creatures, but they make such an unholy ruckus, and their talons claw at my boots.
But they mean no harm, and they provide eggs.
I cannot abide hens' eggs. They smell of sulfur when rotten.
So what kind of eggs do you like?
What more can you tell me of these primitive folk?
Godless people, Miss Bateman. Don't concern yourself with them. They live out there on the very edges of this land. If you don't wander too far, you shouldn't cross their path.
Yeah, it's a real gross thing to call people.
You mentioned that Mrs. Duplancy is worried about something at the moment.
It is not my place to say. Mrs. Duplancy will tell you in good time, if she deems it fit to do so.
What is your favourite of Shakespeare's works?
A very difficult question, Miss Bateman. But one I can answer, nonetheless. I am awfully fond of Cymbeline.
An unusual choice.
All gold and silver rather turn to dirt. Wouldn't you agree?
A fine quote.
That's another one I have not read.
Is there a Mrs. Shoulder?
No. I believe Mr. Shoulder has led a life of celibacy.
Thank you for your time.
Lord be with you.
I think my favorite Shakespeare play is either The Tempest or King Lear. Those are my top two. Macbeth is also good.
A fearsome-looking beast. A sweet little hen, plump and well-groomed. A sweet little...
You're just a hurricane of puns tonight, aren't you?
Mr. Shoulder has stacked blocks of wood neatly beneath this small lean-to.
Very neat and tidy.
I like it when NPCs join in your commentary on the environment. Games need to do that more often.
A pair of thick woolen trousers.
Oh, hey.
That glove looks familiar. I wonder if it matches the glove I found behind the plough and furrow. A woolen undergarment. He looks much too unruly to be picked up. Here, chuk chuk chuk.
Don't encourage them.
I'm gonna. Yoink. Chicken.
Care to hold one, Father Roach?
Put that thing down, would you?
You're no fun.
Aw. Yay! Oh, I can't walk around with it. Give chicken. Bye, March.
I've no desire to lug a block of wood about the countryside.
I want to hold a chicken. I'm told they're actually, like, despite their like terrifying looking feet, they're actually very warm and soft. That makes me want to hold one. Pants.
Trousers feel damp. Freshly hung or still wet from last night's rain? Slightly damp.
I have a similar one myself. So very warm.
Chicky chooks. Chook chook chook.
That glove looks... I wonder if it... The gloves are a pair. Does this mean Mr. Shoulder was in the alley last night? Why didn't he come inside to see me?
Probably.
A carved stone has been affixed to the door. I think it depicts a crescent moon. Father, what do you make of this?
A peculiar adornment. I've not seen any like this in Bewley, though it does remind me of a passage by the bard himself. It is the very error of the moon. She comes nearer earth than she was wont, and makes men mad.
That one I don't know. Gonna guess one of these two, since again, those are the ones I haven't read. Let's say Othello.
Othello?
Precisely, Miss
Sweet!
Bates. Your knowledge of the bard is presently flawless.
I
Presently.
consider myself to be well read, Father Roach.
It's delightful to meet a fellow bookworm, I must say.
Until I get one wrong. I bet that's the achievement if I get all the Shakespeare guesses right.
There's nothing... A carved stone. It's bolted onto the door itself. I can't remove it. I'm rather fond of this colour. Perhaps Mr. Shoulder and I share similar taste. Mr. Shoulder? Is Thomasina Bateman here? I'm here in Bewley as discussed.
Maybe try again. His hearing probably isn't the best at his age.
You think he's dead? I don't know. I think he's still alive. Because he was... Although, I mean, the fact that he was in the village last night doesn't really mean anything. He could certainly be dead now.
Mr. Shoulder, are you home? It appears Mr. Shoulder is not at home. Curses.
Perhaps you could try the handle.
It's locked.
Perhaps he's gone for a stroll.
Possibly.
I'd suggest you call back later, my child. I myself must make my way back home. I have some matters to attend to at the church. Shall I accompany you back to Bewley?
No, you go ahead, Father. Thank you.
As you wish. Farewell, Miss Bateman. I hope Mr. Shoulder finds his way to you.
Thank you for your help, Father Roach.
My pleasure. Parting is such sweet sorrow.
That one's Romeo and Juliet.
Romeo and Juliet.
Correct. That I shall say good night till it be morrow. You've proven yourself to be an impeccable
Yes.
scholar of the bard, my child. Lord be with you.
Well, Mr. Shoulder, you've brought me to Bewley, and now you're nowhere to be found.
That was the only one I was actually confident of. I don't know what I was intending to do around here. Time to recoup.
No sign of any movement.
Break a window.
That is not coming off.
Damn.
I'm not sure what that would achieve. I don't wish to beat my way in.
I do.
I can't see. I've no... Slightly damp. The trousers feel damp. Freshly hung, or still... The window is much too high up to reach. You're a sweet little thing, aren't you?
Pet chicken.
He looks much too unruly to be picked up.
Welp.
As I trudged back to Bewley across those cold moors, I made a new resolution. I would find Hobbs Barrow myself, with or without Mr. Shoulder. The train! That must be Kenneth.
Oh, heck yeah.
I should go and meet him at the station.
Kenneth, who hopefully is not dead. Yet.
Hello. Good day.
Father Roach asked me not to discuss that with Mrs. de Plancy.
Okay, yeah, let's not.
Are you sure you don't know where Hobbs Barrow is?
Hobbs, what?
Never mind. Thank you for your time.
Lord be with you.
Father Roach is not here.
It's locked. Where is Kenneth?
Was that not the train?
He was supposed to wait for me at the station. I'm looking for my assistant, Kenneth.
Oh, aye.
His train has arrived.
Not a single soul disembarked the last train, Miss Bateman.
Impossible. Was that not the midday train from London by way of Derby?
Aye, it were. Mr. Price were here, unloaded a few crates.
But no Kenneth.
Not a soul. Hold on.
Huh.
One of them crates had your name on it, Miss Bateman.
Ooh.
A great big one it were, with...
A red ribbon.
Aye.
What is Kenneth playing at, sending my equipment but not himself? Curses. Where is my crate now?
Mr. Price took away all the crates on his cart.
Who?
Mr. Price, he's the postmaster.
Okay.
Where can I find Mr. Price?
He lives above the storeroom, just north of the plough and furrow. You'll see it. There's a Royal Mail plaque on the wall.
Thank you.
Cool.
Where can I find Mr. Price?
He lives above... You'll see.
Thank you. I'm looking for Hobbs Barrow.
Hobbs Barrow.
It's why Leonard Shoulder invited me to Bewley. He thought I might like to excavate it.
Oh, aye. I heard about a Hobbs Barrow somewhere out there. There's some old stories around it.
What stories?
I can't remember.
Mr. Tillett, please. This is important.
I'm awfully sorry, Miss Bateman. I'll try to remember. If he invited you here, then I'm sure Mr. Shoulder will tell you all about it.
That's if I ever get to meet him.
I'm sure you will.
I will not buy you another ale.
Farewell for now.
Ta-ra!
He's now the owner of 5 chickens. Aw. Oh, hello. Cyril, buddy old pal.
Good day to you, Cyril.
How do, lass?
Aw. Being a little more friendly today.
What are you up to, Cyril?
Keeping an eye on that bleeding railway station. That's what. Thankfully, no one got off the last train.
Really hate that station, don't you?
Oh, I curse Midland Railway for bringing their damn line through Bewley. This is our town, our land. 'Tis no place for outsiders.
So you keep saying.
Anyway, no more trains today. Almost time to celebrate with an ale, I think.
I could do with one myself.
You paying?
No.
Well, if Ken sent me some money along with that crate, then maybe. Aw, that's so cute. Pizza for chickens. But what if there's chicken on the pizza?
I found Mr. Shoulder's house today, but he wasn't home.
Why the bleeding hell should I care, lass?
Excuse me.
I'm looking for Hobbs Barrow. Do you know where it is?
Mind your own business, lass.
You really are quite helpful, aren't you?
Bah.
Goodbye.
Ta-ra, lass.
Yeah, that's really good. We go through a lot of eggs ourselves, both between breakfast and me baking things. So it'd probably be cool to have our own chickens.
Good day.
Yes?
Are you sure you don't know where Hobbs Barrow is?
Sorry, lass.
Thanks for your time.
Ah, speak to you later.
Good day.
Hello, miss.
Are you sure you know nothing of Hobbs Barrow? I really must find it.
I'm sure.
Goodbye.
Bye, miss.
Hello?
Yes?
Are you sure you know nothing of Hobbs Barrow?
That like a wheelbarrow?
Never mind. Goodbye.
Goodbye, miss.
Oh, hello.
That must be the postmaster's storeroom. He looks a little chirpier than your average Bewley resident. Hello?
Good day. I haven't seen you in Bewley before.
I'm just visiting.
Lovely. It's nice to see a new face. We don't get many visitors. My name's Henry. Henry Long.
Nice to meet you, Henry. Thomasina Bateman.
Wonderful. What a treat.
You seem in a good mood, Mr. Long.
It's just lovely to see a new face. Where are you from, Miss Bateman?
Originally, a small town on the outskirts of Derby, Mr. Long. Though I currently reside in London.
London? I've never met anyone from London. How very exciting. Have you lived there a long time?
It's been quite a few years now, yes.
I've heard that the air there is so heavy with smoke, it makes it hard to breathe. Is that true?
Some days.
You must miss the fresh northern air. Well, you've got that in Bewley. No factories out here. Such things are a blight on his creation. I were born in this very home I stand in front of. Bewley is in my blood.
No.
Why would I ever want to leave? Especially now I can meet new folk thanks to the railway line.
I'm looking for Mr. Price, the postmaster.
Oh, Mr. Price, my lovely neighbour. I'm afraid you've just missed him.
Curses.
I saw him wheeling a large crate into his storeroom just there.
It must be mine. I really need it.
Have a look through the window to see if it's yours.
Where did Mr. Price go?
I don't know. The man were in a hurry. I know he has family in Bakewell.
That's miles away. Did he leave by foot?
No, by horse. He must be a few miles down the road by now.
Oh, dang it.
Curses. When will Mr. Price be back?
He didn't say. Could be tonight, could be a few days.
How infuriating.
I told him I'd keep watch of his storeroom, and I'm a man of my word, Miss Bateman. I shall not budge from this spot.
Welp.
Do you know a man named Leonard Shoulder?
Aye, funny old fellow. I hear he lives way out on the moors somewhere.
Have you seen him recently?
No, not for a long while now that you mention it. Why do you ask?
It's a long story, but I was to meet him in Bewley. He invited me here.
Well, I must thank him when I see him for inviting such an enchanting young woman.
You flatter me, Mr. Long. I'm looking for Hobbs Barrow.
One of those old burial hills?
Yes. Do you know where it is?
Believe it or not, I haven't set foot on the moor since I were a child.
Why is that?
I've got all I need right here in Bewley. And we're all truly blessed with the railway station, which brings us lovely new faces.
Bet you and Cyril are great friends.
Your opinion of the railway station differs widely from your fellow townsfolk, Mr. Long. I've not met anyone particularly keen on it.
That railway line is the start of a new era for Bewley. Mark my words. There's much to protect here, but we need new blood. I hope that some of you visitors will actually stay here permanently.
Why is that?
So I have new friends to talk to. Some people here don't want any new friends. Cyril Farnaby, the miserable old sod, is the worst offender.
New blood. New sacrifices for your cult.
I've had the pleasure of meeting Cyril. He really dislikes the railway station.
Absolutely miserable he is. I've tried to convince him many times that the station will help Bewley. He just doesn't understand.
I met him last night in the Plough and Furrow.
Aye, the scene of our many debates. Blimey, I could go for an ale right now, actually.
Can I buy you a drink?
Really?
No. Wait. Do you think Mr. Kemp will let me open a tab?
Perhaps. You could always ask him. I shouldn't leave anyway. Mr. Price is relying on me to keep watch of his storeroom.
Goodbye.
Don't be a stranger.
I won't. Ooh, there it is.
There's my crate. Kenneth always ties a red ribbon to it. I can see an envelope tucked behind the ribbon. Perhaps it can help explain Kenneth's absence. I'm going to have to get in there.
Indeed.
The postmaster isn't home.
But my crate is in there.
You'll have to wait for Mr. Price to get back.
Man, what kind of postmaster, like, brings in the mail, all the deliveries, and then just leaves? There's Mr. Kemp. I mean, Stanley.
I found Mr. Shoulder's home, thanks to the help of Father Roach.
Wonderful. So you've met our vicar then?
Yes, I did. An interesting character.
Indeed. So, did old Leonard apologise for his absence?
Not quite. He wasn't home.
What is that man playing at?
You tell me.
What indeed?
I've decided to find Hobbs Barrow without Mr. Shoulder's aid.
Are you sure that's a wise idea, lass?
Nope.
What other choice do I have? I have a feeling he is avoiding me. Do you know where I can find the barrow?
No, sorry. I say that on my mother's grave, Miss Bateman.
My assistant has not arrived as planned.
Oh, is everything all right?
I'm not entirely sure.
Am I to keep a room for him just in case?
If you could hold it for one more night, Mr. Kemp.
As you wish.
What can you tell me about Lord Panswick?
A most charming man, Miss Bateman. He looks after us here, a good fellow.
Where does he live?
Panswick Manor, on the moors. No visitors allowed. His lordship likes his privacy.
I'm sorry to ask this, Mr. Kemp, but could I please open a tab?
Still not in your purse?
I'm afraid not. My assistant hasn't arrived as planned, so I find myself in a bind. He must have put the money in my crate, which is currently being held in Mr. Price's storeroom.
Well, as you know, I run an honest establishment here, and I do trust you. So yes, I'll open an account for you.
Sweet.
To be settled at the end of your stay.
Of course. Thank you, Mr. Kemp.
Now then, I'll be needing something of value as a deposit.
I thought you said you trusted me.
Aye, it's not personal, lass. One can never be too cautious.
How can I open a tab again?
Leave me an item of value as a deposit. I'll give it back to you at the end of your stay, when it will be time to pay the piper.
Ominous.
Goodbye.
See you soon.
Well, I mean, the obvious thing of value I have is the silver necklace, but that probably belongs to someone. Actually, speaking of,
is this yours?
No, not mine.
I'm not sure they would be interested. I'm not sure. That's a peculiar idea. No, that's not it. I'm not sure they would be interested.
yeah, well, let's see what happens.
Will you accept this silver cross pendant as a deposit?
Can I take a closer look at it?
Is it yours?
Aye, silver. That'll do.
Thank you, Mr. Kemp.
Can I get you something to drink?
A tankard of your finest ale, Mr. Kemp.
There we are. That's 2 pence on your account.
Thank you. Most agreeable. I have nothing else to ask for the time being.
Oh, I can't just order a whole bunch of beers or ales. Well then. Bye everyone
Hello?
around.
I really must find Hobbs Barrow.
What did I tell you last time? Not to be found digging around in those things.
Goodbye.
Ta-ra.
Oh, hello.
This young fellow looks miserable. Good day. Are you sure you don't know anything about Hobbs Barrow? I would very much like to find it.
No.
Goodbye.
Where's your sister?
The road disappears over the horizon. There's nothing else I wish.
Wally took Myrtle.
Pardon?
What?
Took her and ran off. I hate him.
Is Myrtle one of your dolls?
Yes, my favourite. Mummy made her for me. She's so beautiful. Wally is the worst brother in the whole world.
Damn right.
Why did your brother take Myrtle away?
He's just jealous because Daddy is letting me come with him to the market tomorrow. Wally thinks I'm Daddy's favourite, so he took Myrtle from me. What if he rips her to tatters? What if he feeds her to Mr. Bryden's goat?
Don't worry, Jane. I'm sure he wouldn't do such a thing. Where did your brother go?
I don't know. Home, maybe. But I have to wait here for Myrtle's friends to dry out.
Have you heard of a place called Hobbs Barrow?
I have, yes.
You have?
We aren't supposed to talk about it.
Why not?
Would you like to go there?
Yes, I would very much like to.
I'll tell you where it is if you find Myrtle for me.
You will?
Yes! But don't tell anyone about it or I'll be told off.
I promise.
Please find
Hell
Myrtle
yeah.
first. I miss her.
I will.
I knew it. I knew it'd be her who'd tell me where it is, because she was the one who actually seemed to be willing to tell me until her brother shut her up.
Where do you live?
Our home is on the other side of the village, miss. Maybe Wally went back there. Or maybe he's left her out on the moors. Poor Myrtle. I'm going to kick him so hard.
Do it.
Goodbye.
Bye, miss.
I'll be back with your doll in a flash. You just wait right there. Can I kick your brother too? He clearly needs one. All right, Wally.
Good day. Jane tells me you've taken Myrtle away.
And what if I did?
That's a bit mean, don't you think?
She kicked me! Look at this bruise on my leg!
That does look quite bad. Why did she kick you?
Because she's a little goblin. You don't know what she can be like. Besides, Myrtle is gone now. I've given her to the fair folk.
Ooh.
That'll teach her.
Who are the fair folk?
The little people of the moors. I gave Myrtle to them.
Little people? You don't mean fairies, do you?
We call them fair folk round here.
Wally, there is no such thing as fairies.
It's two, and I gave them a doll.
Where can I find these fair folk?
Follow the tinkle of their tiny bells. I hear them when the wind dies. They dance around their little house.
But where is this little house?
Just listen for the bells, you'll find it. Don't think about bringing that doll back. That'll just bring bad luck for all of us.
Goodbye. I have nothing else to ask for the time being.
Where was that mushroom ring? No, it was the other way. It was past the church in North, I think? Or, wait. Was it this way? Yeah, here we go.
I'm not sure if these are poisonous or edible. It looks like something has been buried in the middle. I'd better not. It looks like something...
Well, you know what happens in Quest for Glory 1 if you step into the fairy ring? It's hilarious, is what happens. Oh.
Thomasina, please stop leaving your toys lying about the place. What happened the last time you left your dolly under the tree?
A fox ate it, madame.
Yes, it did. Fetch it now, won't you? Then I'll fix his supper.
Yes, madame.
A fox ate it.
Miss Bowles looks cross. What's for supper, madame?
It'll be nothing but a glass of water and a worm if you don't fetch your dolly right this instant.
What's for...
It'll be...
It's the gateway to the fairy kingdom.
Boobs.
Hello. Hello, fairies. There she is. There you are, Josephine. I won't let the foxes eat you.
Yeah.
Who's that you have there, little bird?
Josephine. She introduced me to the fairies.
Oh, fairies, you say?
Yes, Daddy.
Do you believe in fairies?
Of course. Do you see those mushrooms over there?
Yes.
That's the gateway to their kingdom. That's where Josephine and I go to talk to the fairies.
Now, listen to me, Thomasina.
Yes?
You're old enough now to hear this. There's no such thing as fairies or talking dolls, my little bird.
Lies!
What do you mean?
I'm sorry, my dear child. I do not wish to upset you. I just want to make sure that you understand the difference between fantasy and reality. Josephine is just a doll, and fairies do not exist.
But, Daddy...
Science is the great antidote to the poison of enthusiasm and superstition. Please always remember that. If you hear anything about fairies or the like again, know that it's hogwash. What is it?
Hogwash. Did Wally bury the doll, I wonder?
Did I perhaps somehow cause the accident? Ew.
This must be Jane's ragdoll. Look at it writhing away.
Worms. Hey, wormies.
You're coming with me, little fellow. I shall name you Kenneth. I've already taken one.
Oh. I want all the worms.
There is something somewhat unsettling about its appearance. Perhaps these wriggling worms are the fair folk young Wally was so fearful of.
Wormies. You're so cute.
How strange. There is a hairpin pierced through the arm. This may come in handy. I'll keep it.
Ooh, lockpick.
At least I shall not return from Bewley empty-handed. I've already taken one.
Love the worm animation. That's really good.
It's little Kenneth. It's Jane's creepy ragdoll. A sharp hairpin. Could be useful.
If anybody else needs some bloodletting. Okay. Excuse me. Oh, wait. Jane was over this way. But actually, I wonder what happens if I,
I don't think anyone really wants to see my worm.
As I said on Twitter, if George Stobart can go around showing everyone his tool, then Thomasina Bateman should be allowed to go around showing everyone her worm. Equality. Okay, Wally's not here. Alright, let's go give Myrtle back to Jane. It's okay, Batman. I want to see your worm. I don't like that I gave that cross to Stanley. I'm sure it belongs to someone who's going to want it back.
I present to you Myrtle.
Myrtle!
Yay!
I missed you so much!
Now you need another bath.
Now, I believe we had a deal.
Hide and seek!
Hey.
Come back! It's in moments like these I thank myself for not having children.
Steal the rest of your dolls.
They aren't mine to take. I can't pry the fossil from the rock with my bare hands.
I'm gonna touch all over it.
The trowel is too blunt to chip away at the rock.
Damn it.
Hey!
Damn it, Jane. Janie. Don't step in the vomit. That's already been covered up, looks like. Oh, is she in the... Oh my god.
Jane?
How did you get in there?
Jane must be hiding in there, the little scamp. Jane, get out of there. Don't make me come in. Fine. Curses. The hole is too small for me to fit through.
This looks like a job for a trowel.
I was always happiest with a trowel in my hand, uncovering hidden worlds within the earth itself, clod by clod. That should do it. I've made the hole larger. I should be able to fit through.
It seems like a terrible plan.
Jane! It's pitch black down there. I managed to make it just big enough to squeeze into. Jane? Jane? Jane?
Oh, matchbox.
Curses.
Are you serious?
The useless thing blew out.
Oh, what the hell? Fine.
Do you know where I can find a place called Hobbs Barrow?
Never heard of it.
Thanks for your time.
We'll be done by tomorrow morning. Come back then if you want to explore the woods.
Damn it, Jane. Alright, well, let's see if I can get into the postmaster's office. Or storeroom, whatever.
Good day to you, Cyril.
How do, lass?
What do you make of Henry Long?
An idiot who thinks that station's a good idea. Can you imagine? Strangers pouring into Bewley. Turns the stomach, that does.
Maybe he has a point. You could travel.
Bah, an outsider. I'd expect you to have such a bad opinion. But Henry, he's a Bewley lad. We've had the odd Barney or two in the pub over it all.
I can imagine. Can I buy you a drink, Cyril?
Now?
Yes.
Go on then, lass.
Oops. Did the thing again.
So then, he turns around and says, "Why is a dog like a tree?" And I says, "I don't know." And he says, "Because they both lose their bark once they're dead."
Wow.
Very droll, Cyril. Well, it's been a pleasure, but I must be off.
Aye, lass. Ta for the drink. You're not too bad for an outsider.
Aw, thanks, buddy.
Thanks again for the ale, lass. Now leave me be.
I bet if I invite Henry to do the same thing, that'll be something. First, though.
Oi, keep away from that door. I promise Mr. Price I keep an eye on his storeroom while he's gone.
Okay.
Hello.
Good day.
Can I buy you a drink, Henry?
Really?
Really. We can talk more at the inn.
But I told Mr. Price I'd keep watch of his storeroom.
Doors have locks for this very reason.
You're right. One drink won't take long. I shall take you up on your offer, Miss Bateman.
Let us make our way.
Yep. I see where this is going.
To think, if that station hadn't been built, we would never have met. Blessed be the Midland Railway.
Idiot! That station is the worst decision this village has ever made!
Cyril Farnaby, a miserable man with miserable ideas. I will change your mind even if it kills me.
Very, very well might. You shouldn't say things like that.
I'll leave Cyril and Henry to their grand debate.
Alright, you two have fun. I'm gonna go do some breaking and entering. Just some light B&E.
Locked, as expected. I need to get inside without attracting too much attention.
So no explosives. Got it.
Kenneth taught me this useful trick. A hairpin is much more than a hair accessory. A few wiggles and this lock should spring right open. I've snapped the hairpin in the process, but I managed to unlock the door.
I'll take it.
Let's open this envelope. There's a note inside.
Miss Bateman, I beg for your forgiveness. A matter of a grave urgency has arisen in London, and I cannot join you in Bewley. I've packed your usual equipment, and pray you will find local assistance in my absence. I look forward to seeing you upon your return. Yours faithfully, Kenneth Murdoch.
How very frustrating. I wonder what happened. I'd better get this to the alley before Mr. Long comes back.
How?
Moving a fully laden crate through the village square was no easy task. Somehow, no one was there to witness it. But I didn't give up, because I never give up, do I, Mother? I am as stubborn as my father, as you liked to remind me. Wait. Where is my money? It's not in here. Kenneth, you absolute liability of a man. It looks like everything else is in here.
Damn it.
Picks, specimen trays, shovels. Oh, my chisel, I'll take that. Ah, my lantern. It feels light. There mustn't be any oil inside. I'll leave the rest in the crate. Stanley assured me things would be safe here. No money and no assistant. This is most inconvenient. Still, I've been in worse situations. I've got a tab at the inn for now. I'll worry about money later. I must find that Barrow and get on with the excavation.
Indeed.
It's my crate of excavation tools. I don't wish to carry around my heavy excavation tools. I need paraffin to fuel my lantern. I've had this for years. It's looking like it could break at any moment, really.
Paraffin. Maybe my candle.
candle has melted. It's not much use anymore.
Damn. Okay, guess not.
I can't think of anything else to talk about right now. I'll leave soon.
Where would I find paraffin?
I have nothing else to...
Paraffin. Well, for right now, oh, maybe it...
There's nothing else.
Might there be some in the church, perhaps? No. Well, with my chisel, perhaps I can do this. I want that fossil.
Splendid. I've managed to extract it in one piece. An exceptional ammonite fossil.
Take that, Ammon Horn. Where would I even go looking for that?
It's locked.
Oh.
The Devil's Toe, a local landmark. What a peculiar name, the Devil's Toe. I can't quite see the resemblance myself.
Chisel everything.
No, that won't achieve anything useful. That is not coming off. I'm not sure what... No, that won't work.
What's happened? What was the last thing you saw? I dug up Jane's doll, which her brother had stolen and buried in the fairy ring. And then I gave it back to her, and in exchange, she said she would... Okay, right. So Jane... Oh, hello. So Jane was upset because her brother Wally had stolen her doll, and he buried it in the fairy ring, and I got it back for her, because she said that if I got her doll back, that she would tell me where Hobbs Barrow was. And I did that, and then she ran off. She decided she wanted to play hide and seek and ran off and is currently hiding in a hole in the forest. Oh, and when I found the doll had a hairpin stuck in its arm, which I used to get into the postmaster's warehouse. So I found my crate. And I currently have a lantern, which I would like to use to get Jane out of this hole. But I need paraffin for the lantern, apparently, and I have no idea where to find that.
Jane! My lantern is empty. Kenneth didn't pack any spare oil.
I also have a worm. Worm friend. Maybe the blacksmith might have some? Oh yeah, because he's got a lantern.
It
So
looks like the same make as my own. Good day.
Yes?
I was wondering if you might be able to spare some lantern oil.
I don't have much to spare, lass. Paraffin is as rare as hen's teeth in these parts. How much coin do you have?
None, I'm afraid.
If you're in a bind, I can trade you a small amount.
A trade, you say?
Aye.
What can I trade you for some lantern oil?
Surprise me.
What can I trade you for some lantern?
Surprise me.
Thanks for your time.
Aye. Speak to you later.
right, yeah. I mean, I know it's not like I think of paraffin, I think of candle wax, which is the first place I went. Like, oh, maybe it's the candle in my my in room, but that wasn't it. But yeah, I forgot that he has a lantern. That's the same model as mine. So yeah, of course you would have some lantern oil. Here you go. Want this fossil?
Would you trade some of your paraffin for this fossilized ammonite, Mr. Crozier?
Now then, 'tis a beauty that. It looks familiar. I'll take it off your hands.
Wonderful.
Let me fetch some paraffin from inside. There you are.
Thank you, Mr. Crozier.
Do you collect lanterns? That's cool.
An opened tin of paraffin. There's still quite a bit left inside. My lantern is fueled and ready for action. My lantern is fueled and operational.
How did I light it? I guess it's probably one of the ones that you let you like turn. Has a little twisty striker thingy inside. I'm guessing not the kind that you actually need to put a match in there to light. That's cool. That's a cool hobby. I like that. Stop giggling.
Right, let's put this lantern to good use.
I don't like that heartbeat sound.
Jane, come out at once.
Oh dear.
Goodness me.
Badger!
Jane!
Silly, what are you doing in that smelly old badger's hole?
You were in there.
No, I weren't.
Yes, you were.
Not true. I was hiding behind that tree over there. I got bored of waiting for you.
So where can I find Hobbs Barrow?
Go north from the church graveyard, up the hill. You'll see some muddy fields on the horizon. That's Mr. Bryden's farm. Hobbs Barrow is there. Don't tell any grown-ups I told you. And thanks for getting Myrtle back.
My pleasure. Thank you, Jane. You've been a great help.
Almost got me killed by a badger. Badger, 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 mushroom, mushroom. We did find some mushrooms. We have not found a snake yet, though. We've found some worms. Worms count as snakes. Worms are very tiny snakes. North from the church graveyard, you said. That's this way. I should probably stop soon. What time is it? 10:43? I should probably call it quits in a bit. Oh yes, the hurricane lantern, yeah. I've heard of those. That's cool.
As I trudged through the barren moors, with only the odd sheep for company, I reflected upon my visit to Bewley thus far. The enigmatic Mr. Shoulder and his puzzling disappearance. The townsfolk of Bewley, who had made it as difficult as they could for me to find Hobbs Barrow. The suspicion, the wariness in their eyes. Only now I know it was actually fear. In the end, it was the innocence of a child, young Jane, that condemned me to my fate.
Well.
Ploughed fields stretch far and wide, an unusual sight for this area. The gate opens out into a vast tilled field. The entrance to the farmhouse.
A bucket.
The empty bucket smells of rancid milk.
Gross. Oh, goat.
Easy girl. I'm not fond of goats at the best of times, but this one seems particularly disagreeable.
More broken sword flashbacks.
This is not mine to take.
The Aladdin lantern. Neat. That's
the
cool.
entrance to the farmhouse.
What do you want?
My name is Thomasina Bateman. Mr. Bryden, I presume.
Aye. What do you want, lass?
Goat.
I understand Hobbs Barrow is located on your land.
Oh, well, yes. Why do you ask?
I am an antiquarian, Mr. Bryden. I'm writing a volume on the Barrows of England.
Oh, I suppose you'll be wanting to dig about it.
If at all possible, Mr. Bryden. I was invited to Bewley by Mr. Leonard Shoulder, who told me such an excavation would be possible.
Leonard Shoulder? Ha! I haven't seen him in years. The last I heard he were on death's door. There's to be no more digging there, lass. Not since it went so badly last time.
Oh.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Bryden.
I live here with my wife. I might be long in tooth, but I can still run this farm without too much help.
Was there a previous excavation of Hobbs Barrow?
Aye. My brother dug it up.
Oh.
Must have been, what, 25 years ago. You see, whatever he found inside, well, it drove him mad.
Oh?
Aye. I moved back here to look after him. Poor bastard hanged himself not long after.
Oof.
I'm sorry, Mr. Bryden. That's terrible.
Aye. Time passes, but it were an awful thing.
What did your brother find?
Samuel. Samuel were his name.
Sorry, what did Samuel find in the barrow?
I don't know. But something went wrong. Afterward, he could barely speak. You couldn't make out a word, like.
That must have been hard.
He lost a hand in that excavation too, you know.
Ooh.
Goodness me, how?
I try hard not to speculate on what might have happened, lass. I'd see him disappear into that barrow, dragging timber in with him. You'd hear him hammering away for hours. I offered him help, but he'd have none of it. Soon enough, he blocked the entrance off. To look at it now, you'd never know the thing we dug up. The land has reclaimed it.
Well, time to go ruin that. Yeah, go ahead. Links are certainly allowed in chat within reason.
Who else was involved in the excavation?
2 others, I believe. Outsiders, perhaps. I can't say for sure. I think they left town pretty swiftly afterwards. I lived in Bakewell at the time. I only moved back here to look after Samuel. I took over the farm when he passed away.
I see. What can you tell me about your farm?
Samuel's fair to side. We're a fortunate family. The soil is fertile here. Crops grow without too much trouble. All the other farmers round here raise livestock. Even Lord Panswick. We grow feed for him.
Most fortunate, Mr. Bryden. Is your wife home?
She's out in the fields, lass. Pulling weeds. The curse of such fertile soil. 40 years we've been married. I couldn't do it without her, you see.
How splendid.
Aye. My wife is a fine woman. Are you married, lass?
No, no. I've had my fair share of proposals, Mr. Bryden, but that's not the life for me.
Marriage is an important institution. You'll find a man one day.
I manage rather well without one, Mr. Bryden.
Or a woman.
You haven't seen Mr. Shoulder for some time?
I hear about him now and then, but it must be a good few years since I set eyes on him.
He hasn't been here to visit Hobbs Barrow?
Not to my knowledge. I heard he's beset by ailments. Don't leave his home often.
How odd. I assumed he'd spoken to you about my visit.
Not at all.
Or neither of the above. Or both of the above.
What can you tell me of Lord Panswick?
He keeps us going. Most of our crops go to feed his animals.
What is he like?
Oh, I've hardly laid eyes on him. He sends his workers here to pick up the crops.
I see. That's quite an intimidating goat you own.
The old girl does a better job of protecting this farm than any hound would. She still produces a lot of milk for us, so we forgive her temper.
You say Mr. Shoulder is at death's door. What exactly ails him?
I'm unsure. It's just what I've heard. I wouldn't want to speculate on matters that are not my business.
Mr. Bryden, may I please have your permission to excavate Hobbs Barrow?
No. Have you not been listening, lass?
Yeah.
Samuel found something in there that's best left to rot.
Didn't think so.
No digging here, lass.
Sorry. Punch my microphone.
Wouldn't you like to find out more about what Samuel found in there?
Perhaps. But Samuel boarded up that barrow for a reason. You don't want to tempt the same fate, lass.
Perhaps I can at least see Hobbs Barrow.
I suppose you've come a long way to be here, lass.
All the way from London, Mr. Bryden.
Have you any proof of all you've told me?
You wish to see proof of what, Mr. Bryden?
I can't let any Tom, Dick or Harry wander around me fields. What proof have you of your claims?
You wish to see...
I can't... What proof?
Thanks for your time.
Ta-ra now.
Well, I have these letters.
Here is proof that Mr. Shoulder invited me to Bewley in order to excavate Hobbs Barrow.
Leonard making bold promises, I see. Don't make me regret this. But yes, you can have a look at it.
Thank you.
Any road. Once you've set your eyes on it, you won't be wanting outdo with it. The place gives one a queer feeling.
So where can I find it?
Through that gate to your left. Just head straight across the top to the field there. After 10 minutes or so, you'll see Barrow. Set on a hill ahead.
Thank you again, Mr. Bryden. I really do appreciate it.
I was expecting to have it to be like one of those like Silent Hill moments where like you show him the letter and the letter is blank.
He's doing well to be maintaining all this land at his advanced stage. I can't think of anything else to talk about right now. I don't think anyone really wants to see my worm.
Aw. But worm.
I'm not sure they would be interested. I probably should have brought my umbrella.
Oh yeah, I was back in the inn.
Perhaps I could take a closer look.
I do have a pocket worm. His name is Kenneth.
I haven't a clue what that could be referring to.
And I was thinking earlier, Kenneth the Worm should be Trevor the Cockroach. Whose last name begins with R? Roach?
Finally, here it is. Hobbs Barrow.
Wait, did George have a lucky worm? I thought it was a lucky piece of coal.
Indeed, a barrow of a most unusual rectangular
Did he have a
form.
worm too?
I've not seen something like this since West Kennet Long Barrow. Yes, this shall make a fine entry for my book. What secrets do you conceal, I wonder? That smell. Earthy and sweet.
Three, 2, 1. You can open your eyes now, Thomasina. Come. Are you ready for your first excavation?
Yes, Daddy.
Capital. Make sure you remember everything I've taught you. I have a feeling you might find something special.
How exciting.
I'll be watching from the steps, my little bird. Good luck.
Thank you, Daddy. Daddy has buried something here.
Thomasina, we don't excavate with our bare hands.
Someone posted a picture of West Kennet Long Barrow in reference to this game, and it looks so cool.
Daddy told me I should always carry a trowel on my excavations.
I want to go to there.
Now I'm ready. Father told me I should always carry a trowel on my excavations. Daddy has buried something here.
Buried two things.
No treasures here.
The real treasure was the friends you made along the way.
Nothing here. I want to find treasures like Daddy does. I can't find the treasure, Daddy.
Keep looking, my little bird. Leave no stone unturned.
Treasure! Daddy, I found the treasure!
It's big.
Look!
Well done, little bird. Your first successful excavation. That urn you're holding is very old and precious. Take good care of it, all right?
I will, Daddy. I promise.
Highly doubt that she'd ever find one intact like that. Aw.
I do have a feeling there is something exceptional to be discovered here. I must gain Mr. Bryden's permission to excavate.
Okay.
Darkness falls quickly here. I should make my way back to the inn. I shouldn't disturb him at this late hour.
disturb your goat.
I don't wish to risk waking it up.
Goat is sleeping. Do not disturb the goat. Actually, I'm curious.
I should head back to the Plough and Furrow.
Oh.
It's getting late.
Okay. That's what I was expecting. I was like, will the game actually let me go all the way out to Leonard Shoulder's house? Didn't think so. Aw, no more cakes tonight. Do not mess with goats. Yeah, probably shouldn't. Oh, we're in Foggy Town again. Time for my nightly cat spooks. Indeed.
Mr. Crozier is enjoying a large mug of ale. Good evening, Mr. Crozier.
Evening. Thanks again for the fossil, lass. 'Tis truly a beauty.
You're most welcome. How long have you been collecting fossils?
Ever since I were a boy. The moors look a barren place, but there are plenty of fossils to be found in the rock formations. All manner of creatures to uncover.
Such a playground for a young lad. What's your favourite piece in your collection?
The ammonite you gave me today. The most recent is always the best.
Indeed.
What about you, lass? Do you collect out?
I do. You see, I'm writing a book on the Barrows of England. It shall be called Vestiges of the Antiquities in Rural England. I document all my findings.
But what do you collect?
Pottery, tools and such.
Bones too, no doubt.
No, I leave those in place.
You've got a morbid heart, lass. Fussing about in old graves like that.
We're not dissimilar in that we both take an interest in the remains of the long gone.
Yeah, I mean, that's what a fossil
I suppose
is.
you have a point there. How's your book coming along, then?
Very well, thank you. Though I'm rather keen to begin my chapter on Hobbs Barrow. Thanks for your time.
Aye. Speak to you later.
Terrascalaire. That's a great idea.
This local chap looks thoroughly intoxicated.
Oh hey, that guy's playing knifey stabby
A fearsome
handy.
looking brute of a man. Good evening, gentlemen.
What are you gonna do about him?
If he thinks he can take her away from here, he's got another thing coming. I am gonna knock his bloody block off. In fact, I can think of a better punishment. Oi, what do you want, lady? Piss off.
You heard the man.
Charming.
Okay, bye.
Those men are rather brutish. I'd rather not engage with them anymore. He's engaged in a bout of pinfinger. Such a brutal hobby. Good evening, sir. I'll leave you to it.
The Lady of Pain, yeah. Make sure to worship her before you go in.
It's Herbert, the local stray. I don't wish to wake him up.
I've never heard it called pinfinger before, but that makes total sense.
Cyril seems gruff and unwelcoming, but I sense he may be a kind man under this facade. Hello again, Cyril.
You're still here?
Did Mr. Long convince you of the virtues of Bewley Station?
What the hell do you think? Now bugger off and leave me to me drink.
He seems even more wound up than usual.
She does love worship. Can't get enough of it.
It's Mr. Stanley Kemp, the proprietor of the Plough and Furrow. He has the serious and worn-out facial expression of a man who deals with drunkards on a nightly basis.
Good evening, Miss Bateman.
Good evening, Stanley. I found Hobbs' Barrow.
Oh, remember what I said, Miss Bateman? There are stories connected to that place.
Yes, stories you won't elaborate on, I might add. Don't worry about me, Stanley. I'm quite capable of warding off imagined fiends.
I have no doubt, but please leave that place be.
I've come this far, there's no turning back now.
That's precisely what worries me.
A mug of your finest ale, please.
Ooh, cool.
There we are. That's 2 pence on your account.
Thank you. Goodbye.
See you soon.
I can't think of anything else to talk about right now.
Okay. I guess let's go to bed.
Time for bed. Tomorrow I shall convince Mr. Bryden to allow me to begin my excavation.
I thought I was gonna be able to like buy everyone in the bar a drink. Yes. Oh hey,
How
cool.
are you?
Tired.
Gonna buy you a drink?
Yes. This is probably a bad idea, but okay.
Won't hurt.
Excellent. I feel bad about what happened last night.
You do owe me one.
I'm sorry, I can't remember it.
That's all right, Mr. Tillett. Alcohol can do all sorts of damage to one's memory.
I was thinking that maybe if we had another drink tonight, I might remember what happened.
Yes, one.
I'm not sure that's logical.
But worth trying?
You don't need any further convincing.
Take your seat, Miss Bateman.
You know, kind of like bonking someone on the head will return their memory if they have amnesia due to being bonked on the head.
To Leonard's shoulder.
Wherever he may be. I've been meaning to ask you something.
Yes?
Why did Leonard's shoulder ask you to dig up Hobbs' Barrow?
That's how the inn got burned to the ground.
Despite his disappearing
Paraffin.
act the previous evening, not to mention his questionable sobriety, I decided Mr. Tillett was to be my ally. I spoke again of Mr. Shoulder's letter, his proposed excavation, and my status as an antiquarian and barrow digger. He was fascinated and quite excited at the prospect of meeting the soon-to-be author of a real-life book.
You must find all manner of riches on your digs.
Barrow digging is not all success, Mr. Tillett. Often I'll come across the likeliest of sites steeped in promise, with every stone
damn
carefully
it.
taken down, every shovel full of earth put dutifully through the sieve, and we find nothing. Or you may find a miserable remnant of animal bone or a shard of pottery hardly to be recognized from the peat in which it decayed. Sometimes it's as if some Neolithic humorist prepared an elaborate practical joke for your special benefit.
It still sounds much more exciting than spending your day sitting in England's most remote railway station.
Are you all right, Mr. Tillett?
I've had another argument with Agnes.
Your wife?
Aye. She didn't want me coming to the plough tonight. Truth is, I've been drinking my life away since my mother passed.
Oh, that's terrible. I'm sorry for your loss.
You're kind, Miss Bateman. Thank you. It's been a year since the old girl left us. She had a horrible end, wasting away, day by day.
Ooh.
Consumption got her. She was naught but bones by the end. I can't get the image out of my mind. She were everything to me.
I'm so sorry.
I apologise for going on, Miss Bateman. It's not appropriate.
Don't worry, Mr. Tillett. I appreciate your openness.
Used to love going for walks out in the moor, my mother and I, ever since I were a little one. She'd get a tear in her eye as she looked out upon it. She loved this land. I asked Mr. Crozier to build a bench, which we've erected at a favourite lookout spot on the moors.
Margaret.
Margaret's Lookout, we called it. Aye.
That's a beautiful tribute.
Aye. If you take a seat there, do keep her in your thoughts, won't you?
Of course, Mr. Tillett. I can relate in some manner. My father had an accident when I was very young. He's still alive, but he can neither move nor speak. He spends his entire life bedbound and incapable of communicating or looking after himself in any way.
How dreadful.
Bonding.
He was a barrow digger himself, an antiquarian of some renown. He taught me so much, even though I was so young. I think writing this book is my way of carrying on his work. It helps me reclaim those earlier memories of him, and I visit him often to tell him all about my excavations.
Can he hear you?
I've no idea. The doctors aren't sure. I'd do anything to make him better, Mr. Tillett. I'd do anything to bring him back to the man he was. I am in a state of suspended mourning for a man caught between life and death.
Dreadful. Just dreadful.
We all have our weaknesses. Mine just happens to be my father.
And what of your mother?
A cold woman. We haven't talked in quite some time. I think she blamed me for my father's accident somehow.
You were but a child.
Indeed. She thus saw it fit that a governess should raise me as she spent her life grieving for my father.
Well then, I propose a toast.
A toast to what?
A shared sense of loss.
I'll toast to that, Arthur. Now then, enough of this wallowing.
Let us be merry. Another round.
I really shouldn't. But I did.
But I'm gonna.
And another after that. And another.
Oops.
The frustrations of my visit to Bewley slipped away with each swill of Stanley's finest ale. We had great fun that night, Mr. Tillett and I. I treasure the memory.
Go on then. Let's hear those pipes.
Mustn't.
Sing the song.
You're incorrigible.
Please. You'll make a sad man happy.
Oh, all right then. Clasps, celts, and arrowheads I'll try to claw within my clutch. And if a shield I should espy, I'll vow there ne'er was such.
With popish tricks and relics rare, the priests their flocks do gull. In casting out the earth take care. Huzzah! I've found a skull!
The Barrow Digger's song, I guess. Oh good, I have another candle. Now it is time for the nightly cat spook. Ooh. Okay. I will. Ooh, hello. Ooh. Hello.
Hello, Thomasina.
What is this? Who are you?
I'm the one that saved your father.
What do you mean?
He were here 25 years ago.
My father?
He were deep down with the others.
What?
He were there when something went wrong. I dragged him out.
Impossible.
I helped him then, and I can help him again.
I don't understand.
Believe my words. You'll find proof in morning. Now go. One more thing. This is not a dream.
Goodness, that was a terrible sleep.
Well, no cat, but instead, fair folk. Okay, I think I'm gonna end it there. This has been awesome. I'm probably gonna come back to this, but I don't quite know when. What I should probably do is just keep playing it during my normal stream times. So next Tuesday and Wednesday until I get through it. Or maybe I'll just do another stream of it tomorrow. I don't usually stream on Thursdays, but maybe I'll do a Thursday stream. I don't know. I feel like I should still keep playing this while it's new. I shouldn't like wait. I mean, not like it really matters. Like, I'm sure it'll still be relevant next week. Oh, I am. I will. But I'm gonna save that for next time. So yeah, I think I'll stop here, and I'll figure out when I'll stream it next. Possibly tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then probably next week. During my usual stream times, and then we'll put Omicron and One Must Fall on hold until I finish this, and then I'll get back to those when I'm done with this. So that's the tentative plan for now. So yeah, this was awesome. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, same. That's kind of why I'm considering streaming it tomorrow, because this is awesome and I'm digging it and I want more. But I shouldn't stay up too late tonight, because I do have work tomorrow and various things to do tomorrow. So yeah, I should actually go to bed at some point. Reasonable, semi reasonable. So yeah, we'll see this again soon. Thank you so much for tuning in to this launch day stream of the Excavation of Hobbs Barrow. It is available right now, and it's currently on 10% discount because it just came out. So if you are interested and you want to play it for yourself, grab it. And thank you so much. And let me find someone to raid, which I should have been doing while I was saying all that stuff. Let's see. Ooh, I think Retro Gaming Live is doing a marathon right now. That would probably be good to send people over to if you're interested in that kind of thing. Who else? Yeah, it's later than I usually. It's later than I usually sign off, so it probably won't be as many people streaming. But what the heck? I'll send you over to RGL. They might be doing something interesting. I'm actually not sure. But we'll go over there. Why not? Yeah. Thank you. Much, much appreciated for your company. And I'll see you soon. Possibly tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then next week. Have a good one, everyone. Good night.